Thanks, Moth Baby.
Stable.
Moth Baby. Moffy Baby.
That's fine.
Moth Baby.
Dare iced coffee. I've still got some.
How dare you?
I'm
Some Dare Iced Mocha sponsor us there.
Nergy is now live.
Yeah.
So we did a recap. I don't know if anyone heard it because it was probably going. So we'll do it, an abridged version of that recap. Would you guys like to quickly summarise what has happened in the previous episodes? Yeah, that's right. I'm going to drill it into your brain.
We started
Last
off
time on Dungeons and Nerglings.
Z.
Z.
So we started off in the tavern in a town called Stonebreak, which is run by the Greystones. It is a marble mining town, so they've got some nice little mines there.
And they trade for agriculture with broadaxe, and they also have a deep mooring for ships for intercontinental trade. Shippy trade.
Foreign
Shippy trade.
We kicked off in the tavern. Thuridin beat up a gnome, sort of halfling, sorry.
Named Gil.
And then we went on our merry way to meet with Arandus, who was the king of Stonebreak, who gave us a task to investigate the mines because one of the miners was found to be killed.
Or missing, yeah.
/ missing.
Keep going. It was beautiful.
We went down into the mines, we killed some spiders, killed a drider, rescued a druid named Akita. We came back. We partially collapsed the mine and then we escaped.
And before the mine was partially collapsed, Spudorn looked at a mural, went a bit bonkers, and got a gem embedded in his palm and became magical.
Yep. And we got a shiny red gem from the drider as well. Right?
Yep.
Right?
Yep.
Can
you sit forward as well, just because the lighting doesn't pick up as well back there? Thank you.
We came back, reported all that.
Yep.
Went to the pub.
Was disowned.
Spud was disowned. Then we went to the pub.
Collapsing the family mine.
And then we were sent to...
We
Broadaxe.
went down to the pub.
And the next morning we ended up going... Was it the next morning that we ended up going to the stockyards and then finding the griffin eggs?
Yep, and that's where you met for your training to partially deflect
missiles, with the...
Gilderoy?
Yep.
Lockhart?
Thuridin wanted to make
Gilfrid, the blacksmith. Gilfrid, the blacksmith.
Thuridin wanted to make a griffin egg omelette, but that didn't pan out too well.
The tamers got very angry and upset.
Yeah.
Probably not the best people to offer.
And then we had to meet with at Ostrand's.
Had to go meet Ostrand at his manor, which was out near Broadaxe. So we set off.
You didn't actually meet him there?
It was at the trading post.
He was sent to, that's where we had to go.
I went to the trading post first, and then
had a chat to him, and he was like, "Yeah, I can help you out if you do something for me.
Yeah.
Go to the manor. It's been being raided by goblins who are stealing my experimental mushrooms. Yeah,
his magic shrooms.
And so we did that. We got ambushed by bandits who got absolutely massacred.
One got its face smushed into a tree. The other one got turned into Raiders of the Lost Ark sludge.
That's it. And we rescued Gront. The slim-muscled half-orc who claimed to be conscripted. He came along with us.
And he had 2 wives.
Yep, for the rest of it. Yeah, he went out. He was a ranger. He was out looking for a herb called Glinsythe, and then he got captured by the bandits and kind of pressed into service as one of the bandits. Then...
He helped you track them up into the mountains?
Yep.
Which further into the mountains? You're already in the mountains.
Yeah, which we did. We went to the Van Gruppenmeyer mansion. Up into the mountains, fought a couple of goblins, and then we fought a death dog. Kincaid picked up Thuridin picked up a warhammer, had a look at it, said to Kincaid, "Hey,
this is magic.
Have a look at this." And Mr. Magic Man, and I did, and then went insane.
And that bound to him, and whenever we pulled the warhammer away, he tried to murder us. He turned into angry turtle.
Angry turtle.
Snapping turtle.
Yeah.
And Spudorn had the brilliant idea to just give it back to him so that it doesn't try and kill everyone.
Yeah.
Which is fair.
Did it have a name, or did it tell you its name?
Kincaid's Cursed Warhammer, no, I don't think it had said its name. And so we went up to the keep, and it was full of 20 dismembered goblins.
It was a slaughter.
Been massacred by Mithril Vanguard, another group of adventurers.
AKA the Shiny Shield Boys.
The Shiny Special Boys.
Yes. They're a bit of a legendary group around Stonebreak.
We're definitely not just the Power Rangers. And and got the crates that were kind of smashed up that still had some mushrooms in, took it back.
Spadorn ate one.
On the way back, we met Kanuna, Turtle lady, who was sort of a artificer, herbalist lady. She was testing out a little new magic device thing off the beaten track and accidentally sucked Thuridin into the magic device, which was
Yeah, it's like
stone.
a little marble thing.
Not a euphemism.
No,
Yeah.
Thuridin got the
Plane
big
shifted
suck
base.
right into limbo. Ended up
Sucked into the thing.
communicating with some weird little fish alien dudes in limbo who couldn't exactly, speak his language, but there was some form of communication attempt there. And then,
And
Got it back out.
before you were bamfed back out, do you remember what happened?
I remember they were like touching me,
Mm-hmm.
but
They touched you and left a
it was like an imprint on me,
a
didn't they?
speck of blood on your chest.
Yeah.
Yep.
And then went back all the way back to Stonebreak, kind of reported back. And then when we woke up, there was a guard that had been knocked out on the wall that we kind of tried to investigate for a bit and gave up. Then we went to Austrian, gave us some information on the various things that we were looking for and where we could go next, and also then told us he could get more info on the things we were looking for. But while he could send out informants, but while he was doing that, we needed us to escort a shipment to Ashara. And while we were wandering around and doing all of that,
At this point, Thuridin had broken out of the marble and ran back to his party, quite panicked about what the hell just happened.
Dropped onto a table.
Yep.
Yep.
Then we realised that we'd been pickpocketed, so we went on a mission, and we were pretty sure that it was some kids who we talked to, because that was the only people we could really remember interacting with. So Thuridin and Kincaid went off looking with Kincaid using locate objects to try and find the stuff, and
Ended up
spot
being
on.
in the slums. We
We
found
ended
it.
up in the slums. We found a building where we could tell the things were located, whilst Varys and Spudorn tried to set a trap and lure the kids back. Bit of a honeypot.
Don't use that phrase ever again.
This is Twitch, damn it. Oh, I'm already banned.
Yeah.
Yeah, that's what Top Dog's like,
Moth baby.
Buffy baby.
Excellent.
You successfully honeypotted the children back,
Into your van.
and then
Perfect.
Varys had just grabbed one of them, and the guards were like, what? And that was about where we left off with Kincaid and Thuridin blissfully unawares, got with the Melways out being like, it's up this street.
Oh, I've got it upside
I
down.
see it, fine, just about to, narrowing in on the building or whatever where it ended up being.
So you've got a location. Other than that, you made a deal with Kanuna to spruik her wares in the town and abroad to try and help her raise more money.
Wasn't there some sort of connection between Kanuna and Kincaid as well?
I mean, we're both turtles. but
Exactly.
the only turtles on the continent that we're not on the continent, but
But she-
In
around
Stonebreak,
here,
at
She
least.
did say she liked your spines, and you, whatever the version of turtle blushing is.
You turn more
like
green.
the
I
Zoidberg.
guess I went like Zoidberg,
Your spines sort of quivered a little bit.
And sorry,
Beautiful.
what are her wares?
So she
all
gave.
sorts of weird stuff.
Miscellaneous magic.
She creates weird shit.
Okay, is she the
Turtle.
She's a turtle.
lady that makes all the weird?
Yep.
Yeah, she's the one that trapped me in our thing. And then
yeah,
we,
cross between
we signed the
Q from
contract with
James
Kanuna.
Bond
Try 'em one at
and
a time.
a herbalist.
Yeah.
She tinkered some things together and is trying to sell them to make more money for her research, but is terrible at selling things.
Yeah.
So needed some people to test them out and to maybe sell them.
She's got good R&D department, but terrible marketing.
Marketing, yeah.
Okay.
All right.
Which is where we come in.
So now that we've recapped 4 times, I will do the intro once more, and you can absorb the details even further. So we join our players in the world of Ophira, in a bustling trade town called Stonebreak, located in the centre of the continent of Faladua, perched high in the mountains also bordering the shore of the Heart Main Basin. Stonebreak has developed a fruitful relationship with the agricultural goods produced nearby in Broadaxe, and with also some distribution to the rest of the neighbouring towns and the rest of the continent. With the deep mooring from the basin, they are also perfectly positioned to help transport foreign goods, trade-wise, and anything in between. With locally owned mines adjacent and a blustery wind blowing off the basin, we find our party in the market district. Now, the marketplace of Stonebreak, this is where I was last time, before things went sideways. Now we'll turn off the forest sound. And now we want town.
I thought that was outside. Jeez, it sounds. It actually sounds real.
That's good.
Yeah.
That's the dream. Now, in the marketplace of Stonebreak, it is a raucous scene of local and foreign goods, people hawking their wares, sounds of livestock baying, imported aromatic spices wafting on the breeze, cooking meats and pastries. All manner of other distractions add to the din around you. Thick copper clouds scud across the afternoon sky, threatening rain. Maybe not yet, but soon. And in the centre of the square, confrontation builds. Across the thoroughfare, tucked in between two stalls, a pair of armoured and watchful guards, known as anvils, thread their way through the crowd, eyes locked on a dark-skinned fellow as he holds a local child aloft. Both begin unseating their shields and hammers as they make a beeline towards our players. So, we got through. Now we can actually start playing.
What time of day is it?
In the afternoon.
Like after
2 to
lunch?
3 p.m.
Did we stop for lunch? Are we hungry?
Little
Are we hangry? I guess we'd have rations on us.
You had brekkie at the Bruise
Bruce
Bowler.
Bowler, where we stayed.
That's provided with your stay. Yep.
Also, a question: Spadorn's disownment, is that common knowledge yet?
It was only yesterday in the afternoon.
So a regular person in town might not be aware yet.
Maybe.
Might be like
You're not too
it
sure.
might be like goss that's not yet
That's-
confirmed.
that's pretty
kind of
hot
thing.
goss.
Yeah,
It
like,
may travel
did
quick,
You
you'll
hear
have to
blah,
find
blah,
out.
blah, blah, blah.
Do you hear Spador got disowned?
So,
Boys, morning.
Varus, the layout of the market is relatively square. There are two main tracks, sort of, so wares on both sides of each track. So 4 sort of rows of vendors, market stalls, whatever they're trying to sell. In the north row, we have Varus with a child in his hands, and Spadorn trying to distract the other. So there are 2 small gnomish children. And as Varus picked up one of the children that was trying to steal from Spadorn, a guard from in the middle of the sort of marketplace itself called out and said, "Drop that child!" And they begin walking over. So you got probably 5 seconds to do something if you would wish. Otherwise, they're sort of pushing their way through the crowd.
5 seconds. Yeah, I'll just say to him.
To who?
So I've kind of got my back to the guards.
You'd sort of be standing side on. You can see them to the right, coming towards you.
No, right. I'd just like to twist so they can't see my mouth, sort of thing.
Okay.
And just say, you and your brother are in danger from that gem you stole. Play along and I'll help you.
Okay. Make a intimidation check.
First roll.
First roll. What we got?
And it's 8.
Yeah.
So in this time, we have Kincaid and Thorin sort of just entering the market district. So you might see this maybe 50, 60 feet across. You can see the guard sort of walking towards Varus and towards Spadorn. Spud, is there anything you would like to do?
Oh, I don't know how Varus is going to handle this, but I was going to try and kind of name drop.
Okay.
And was going to Anvil's grateful to have you along. These 2 youngins have stolen from a greystone.
Okay. So, would you make a perception check for me?
Yeah. What kind of stats do you want me to use?
Just use Ricky's.
Okay, cool. 9.
Okay.
Nothing.
What is your passive perception, Barris?
Oh, that actually would
Neg
be
1.
10.
Plus 1
Because it's
from
plus 1, but I'm proficient.
Intimidation.
Yeah.
Okay.
10. But
Cool.
yeah. And what's my passive? It's like
Yep.
10 perception. So it's a person.
Okay.
Yeah.
So as the guards begin walking towards you, I said, unhand that child.
Yeah, I'm just going to put the kid on the ground.
Okay, so you put the kid in clear view or behind you?
I'll probably pick up again, put it in front of me.
Okay. So you sort of put him between you and the guard.
Yeah.
Okay. So you pop the little kid on the ground and they begin to sort of scamper, like trying to get out of there. They don't want any trouble.
Both
and-
of them?
Yep.
I'm going to put a very strong hand on the one that I was talking to, just on his
Okay.
shoulder.
All right, make a dexterity roll just to see if you can beat them.
I'm not very good at dex either. 18.
Phew. That's a good roll.
Yeah.
So your hand darts out, and you manage to catch the. They're very nimble, which is probably how they've survived, but not quick enough. You are quite close, and you get a firm grip on the shoulder of this kid, trying to like pull away from you. And the guards sort of approach you. What is the meaning of this? We know these children. Why have you picked them up? They are not yours.
They were stealing from me and my lord here.
You have any proof?
My pockets are empty. Well, no, how could I have proof? If the child is taken from me, the only thing we can do is go to where the children live and break down their door and search their place for the belongings that aren't theirs. So are you willing to come with me to where they live and break down their door and that sort of thing? Because that's the only way I could provide you the proof you've requested.
What I'm hearing is you'd like to see the inside of a cell. Is that it?
Sure. How wide is the square?
So it's probably about 10 feet across between sets of stalls.
Okay, and I'm in the north.
Yep, so
West.
in the north sort of row.
Okay, the north row.
So to your back would be some buildings,
Yeah,
alleyways,
is there like
that sort of
street?
stuff.
Yeah, like a
Yep.
street with alleyways going off it.
Uh-huh.
Okay, I'm
You'd
going.
see that on a 10 natural sort of passive perception.
Yeah, okay. I'm going to flash him a quick smile, turn on the spot, and misty step 30 feet in that direction.
Beautiful. Okay. So that's an instantaneous cast. Yep. So where are you going to? So there's sort of 2 alleyways a bit behind you.
Yep. Does 30 feet get me to the mouth of either one of those?
Yeah, it would get you to one or the other.
Okay, I would then like, because that's like, because that's bonus action.
Mhm.
Yep.
Yep. Then I'd like to take a step down. Oh yeah, you can't. Yeah. So step into one of the alleyways and quickly look around. Is there somewhere I can hide?
Alrighty. Let's go to some. Nope, that's not it. Bit of action music. So as you turn and step, just this shroud of mist goes around you, and you are 30 feet further away than they intended. And they sort of, he's getting away! And I'll need everyone to roll initiative first of all. And
He's just creeping.
we'll see how things are going. So roll initiative.
Alright. First roll of the set.
That's a natural
That's
one.
a 2.
So a total of 3.
To 14, so 13.
Mine's 2.
And I'm 12.
These are good rolls. This is
Okay,
going
sorry. What,
2 years of planning.
Do it. 2.
2.
Yep. I got a 3, but I have -1.
Okay. For dexterity.
Yeah. My dex is only 9.
Ah, that's your low stat.
That's my low stat.
And what do we have over here?
13, 12.
13.
Cool.
Kincaid's lightning reflexes. His famous speed and agility.
Okay, so I'm going to need you all to make a Constitution saving throw.
Even us, like 60 yards away. Jesus.
Actually, you guys are not quite close enough, but you two will need to.
Because you said we're like 60 feet
Yeah,
away,
we're
yeah?
like
Yeah,
not
you're-
even in the
you're-
square. We're just like
yeah,
walking
you're
up the
entering
road
the square.
and can see the like.
They're not
about
even
to
aware
come
that
into
we're
it.
even with them.
No.
So, yeah.
Oh, we're not even. Which would we?
Yeah.
We probably can we tell that it's there, or we just be like, oh, it's something happening.
Well, you saw them approaching these two.
But like we could see that it was them.
Yeah.
Yeah. Okay.
Yeah, they're not that far away.
Yeah.
And there aren't many drow in Stonebreak.
17 for Spadon.
Okay, beautiful.
Con save?
Yep.
2.
Oh, nah.
Good rolls. Good start. One.
So that's why
6, a 1 and a 2.
that's why you were looking nervous.
Well, no, that was just apparently me from the future trying to warn myself.
That's
Just
all
kill
right.
yourself on the spot.
What card did you pull again?
Dying.
Oh, cool.
So did I. What the?
Guess who's coming down with me?
So you notice a strange phenomenon. In the fairly packed marketplace, as the guards begin to point after Varys and begin to give chase, everyone sort of turns. All the locals turn and begin to cover their ears. Some don't make it in time, some do, but the anvils in unison clang their hammer onto their shield, and it makes this deafening echo throughout the square. You see a number of people sort of like curl over exactly where they are, just completely deafened and stunned. Varys, you are stunned in the...
Damn.
You've sort of tucked around the corner, but the sound just echoes around that corner, catching you unawares. You are stunned.
Right.
Spadon was fine.
Yeah.
You
Maybe
knowing,
as a local, yeah.
knowing the way that the anvils work, this is their means of catching people. And unawares, it's quite a powerful tool. Okay, so let's go to initiative order. And the guards are up first. So the two of them sort of, they don't know that you're involved with Varys in any way. But they will have to sort of push past you and go towards Varys in the alleyway. Is there anything you'd like to do as they push past, like reaction-wise?
No, I'm going to make sure I've got a firm grip on this kid's shoulder. He's not getting away.
Okay.
And I kind of make sure it's like that. Oh, sorry, like,
Yep.
the 5-0. And,
Okay. Beautiful.
let's not impede justice.
Yep. So I'd say one will sort of stop with you, and the faster human fellow sprints past and into the alleyway, where he comes upon you, sort of standing there clutching your ears, unable to think straight, the sound still bouncing around in your skull. Catches the new ones, and he sort of clamps two manacles on the backs of your arms and has you restrained. So that is his movement and action. That will be the end of their turn. We have Brother Kincaid coming into the square.
So seeing that happen, I turn to Third and go, boys, we might have to talk our way out of this one. Paladins are much more trusted here than the, death clerics. Here, my friend, let me help you. You might have to do the talking here. And I lay a hand on your shoulder, and sort of wisps of green shadow sort of curl down my arm and into you, and I'll cast Enhance Ability on you, and I'll give you Eagle's Splendor, so you have advantage on charisma checks.
Cool.
Beautiful.
Wonderful.
That's my action. And then I'll sort of go, boys, boy, what are you doing with my friend? And then like,
There's the New Yorker.
yeah, I told you it's. So the accent's going to be somewhere between like Russian, like New Yorker, Italian, and like Count Chocula. I can't control it. Just
Alrighty.
come along
Hey.
for the ride.
My name's Kincaid.
Listen, my friend.
So how far can you run in?
Well, I used my action, so I can't dash. So 20 feet.
Okay, so you make it 20 feet. You're about 40 feet away.
Not weapons out or anything.
Quite a large
just like
fella,
holding. Oh, I'm
Yep.
Something sized big.
All right, Spadorn.
Can we turn the aircon down at 1 or 2? I'm just kind of getting
Colder
very cold.
or warmer?
Warmer. I'm getting
I'll
very
turn
cold.
it up.
Sorry.
Yeah, sure. That's fine.
Yeah, 6'3" and 470 pounds.
Wow.
Jesus.
He's a big boy.
That's like
That's a lot of shell,
quadruple
though.
the.
He's a big boy.
Thuridon's what, 120 kilos and 6'1".
He's
Oh, that's
a big
pounds.
boy.
Oh, he's still
that's
pounds. That's
still,
like
but that's still a
I
lot
don't know
of
what that is.
250 kg round that.
All right.
Yeah, so Spadorn, so you said a guard was staying near me.
Yeah.
Any kind of...
So a dwarven guard. So when you look at him, he's wearing his full gear. He's got
Yep.
the anvil insignia on his clothing, and yeah, hammer and shield. Looking, he knows what he's doing.
Yeah, but am I getting any vibe that he's staying with me? Like, is a hand on his hilt or around a set of manacles? Like, is he keeping a close eye on me? Or is he just, like, holding down the scene?
Okay, make a perception check to discern what he is actually paying attention to.
Deception?
Perception.
Oh, perception.
Sorry if I said.
No, that's all right. That's just what I heard, and I was like... 15.
All right. So he seems to be keeping an eye on the two children.
Okay.
Not so much you, but he's standing nearby.
Yeah. Okay, I'm going to say... I won't let these children get in the way of you handing out justice. I'll keep them at a safer distance away from this shady fellow, this criminal, and I'm gonna hand on the other one's shoulder and try and steer them away.
So the other one has sort of darted away from Varys's grip. You managed to grab one, but the other one is sort of
okay.
away in the crowd a little bit, still looking back.
All right, I'll just try and guide this one out then, and come on, let's.
Okay. Whereabouts are you aiming to be? Like in the center of the thoroughfare, in between stalls, in the alleyway? Where are you aiming?
So basically opposite direction Varys went.
Okay. Yep. So back towards these guys at the mouth of the marketplace, maybe.
Yeah, but I don't know if I'd spotted them, but yeah, I'm just trying to kind of get them.
Yep.
And,
Just in the opposite direction of where the scuffle's happening.
yeah.
That's fine.
But still keep them because I don't kind of want to lose them either. So yeah.
All right. Cool. And the guard sort of looks up at you. You're from around here. All right. Thank you. And he sort of shuffles off towards the alleyway. Beautiful. Anything else?
No, that'll be me.
All right. So you managed to keep a hand on the child. Let me go. Trying to get out, but unable to get out of your grip. Varys.
So the stunned effect's over? And does that consume my whole turn?
That will consume your turn,
Yeah,
but
so
at the
I
end
do
of the
nothing.
turn, you are unstunned. It only lasts one round.
Yeah.
The ringing sort of dies down in your ears, and you can think straight for a second. You can feel a hand sort of holding the chain between your manacles,
Yep.
and he's sort of turning you around to steer you back towards the marketplace. Through it.
So what am I, 60 feet away? I guess I'll run up 30 feet, bridge the gap, and just yell towards the, actually, I can use, how far can I dash?
If you
Double your
use
movement.
your
If I double my
action,
move, use my action to move close,
you can use
I'd be
your
able to
action
get right to them, yeah.
Use your action to move.
Yeah,
in, pretty
and
much.
then, get right to them.
So you want to go to the mouth of the alleyway?
Where, the guards are, the
Yeah.
anvils are, yeah.
That's where they are. in
Yeah,
the
yeah,
mouth.
yeah.
One's got him, one's fairly close, like 30-ish feet.
Yeah, and then I just want to hold my holy symbol to sort
Yeah.
of
Display
making it
it.
obvious that I'm a paladin. And be like,
Mhm.
What is the meaning of this?
Towards the guards?
Towards the guards that are yelling and banging shit.
Yep.
Yeah.
All right. So the one that has Varys in chains sort of looks at you. A holy man. We have been told to keep eye on these children, and we are apprehending someone.
What did they do?
They were stealing a child that was not theirs.
Easy, Ollie, man. What am I, short liver?
You're like,
Yeah, like 40 feet back. Turtle sweat.
Surely there is a more humane way to, take care of this. Put your weapons down, stop fighting, and we'll see what's actually going on here.
Okay, are you trying to persuade?
Persuasion,
or
yeah.
Okay, go for it.
With advantage.
With advantage.
Nice.
Make that 20.
Ooh, very nice. He sort of, but we were given orders that if anything were to happen to these children, we take them back to the captain.
What's special about the children?
Well, we were instructed, we just follow our orders.
Well, surely there's a way, we can work this out.
Why don't you accompany us back to the cell block?
Be happy to.
That was uncharacteristic, but okay. And he sort of shouts out, Pilgrim, come on, I've got him. And sort of, you hear the clanking. I assume that was your turn?
Yeah.
Yeah. Clanks, like the chains clinking together, brings him back out into the crowd. And you hear sort of a, ooh, like people are watching, people are interested. You don't often hear that sort of commotion in a fairly secure marketplace.
Yeah.
I guess you don't need epic music.
Yeah, that's going to be the talk of the town for a while. So
Yeah.
And so they begin to march you back towards it's sort of the south end of town. You're going eastern direction, following the road back towards the guardhouse. So you guys can
Catch up.
Yeah, you'll be. They're not
He's
walking
just
at any
slowly
fast pace.
making his turtle way across.
Yeah. Is there anything you'd like to do?
Just while I'm being dragged there, I'd just like to be yelling out, I'm sure the good people of Stonebreak would love to know how the guards protect the pickpockets that steal from them repeatedly.
I just put
Alright.
my hand over his mouth.
Can you?
I can't. My hands up, so I can't do it.
Yeah. Can you make a perception check, just as you're shouting that out?
7.
It's a little hard
I'm
to.
not using this one.
This dice is broken.
Traitor.
How dare you?
That's going in the bin.
As you're walking, sort of the first time you say it, you do see a few people turn and look at what you're saying, and at least one person you see reflecting the same principle, the same idea, that this is not maybe an uncommon occurrence. But, yeah, they're sort of roughly pushing you along in front of them. Kincaid, anything?
Yeah, I'm just running up.
Looking up
Guards,
the
what
slope?
are you doing with my friend? Surely, why have you put this man in chains?
To the dwarven one, or the one with the holding the manacles?
Whichever one looks like he's in charge, I guess. Does
Okay.
the one with the manacles probably look like?
Looks more in charge than the other. He turns. This is not a spectacle. If you are related to this crime, you may accompany us in chains.
He's my son, can't you tell?
Papa!
Quiet!
Yeah, my hands are like, hush. What was that?
He's my
Papa,
son.
what have they done to you?
Haha, okay. Would you like to join him in a cell?
I will come with you, but not in chains.
Okay, for what purpose?
He is my friend. And so is he.
Strange party.
And we know Spadon too.
Spadon.
Great one. You may have heard of him.
Yes.
I'm
That's
just,
good.
I said just come along for the ride.
it's like, your
Yeah,
future
I'm
ruler?
Trying to keep a distance because I've still got my hand on this kid, keeping him in place.
So the kid's trying,
Yeah, I was
like trying to
But I'm-
wriggle out of your grasp. You've got the shirt. It's just
Yeah. Spawn's going to drag the kid into an alley
like, okay.
and like push him up against the wall and be like, "Where's our? You know exactly why we tried to grab you guys. Like, where's our stuff?"
Where's your lunch?
Okay. Would you like to do this in a stealthy manner, or
yeah, I guess trying to use the distraction of the, like, you know, it's a bit of a spectacle.
Trying not to make
Trying
a
to, like,
scene
you know, marketplace is dangerous these days as I'm taking this kid off into the alley. But, trying not to, like, I guess stealthily then, yeah.
Okay. Make a stealth roll.
In a...
You're not trying to draw attention, that's for sure.
Yeah, yep. I think it's a strike, no, 17.
And so, as you're walking along, people are beginning to, like, hawk their wares again. Like, you hear people... Sorry, I have to burp. There it is. It was stuck deep in my boots. You hear people sort of, like, shouting out, hot meat, pastries. You hear one little fellow. You can see a gnome sort of capering around, trying to get people's attention, kind of like a sign spinner or that sort of thing. Just, come try people's pies. If you haven't tried, give them a go. You don't know what's in them until you try them. Just sort of hopping around in front of you, trying to get your attention, but you don't seem super interested.
Yeah, no.
But yeah, you sort of push your way through. What did you roll for stealth?
17.
Okay, so you do a pretty good job of keeping this kid under wraps. A good vice-like grip on the shoulder is enough to sort of get the kid to shut up. And so you push him into the other alleyway, so not the one that Varys...
Yeah, yep.
You went the other way. Yep. And so you sort of step... It's the backs of houses, and there are some boxes and crates. There's people unloading a bunch of stock and, you know, getting ready to start packing up the market that they're hosting. And so as you're walking through there's not really anyone in the alleyways.
Yep.
So you sort of round the corner, try and get out of sight, have a look around. Can't see anybody for the moment.
Yep. So yeah, I just like push him up against one of the walls and like block his running. And I'm just like, it was like a red stone they stole.
Yeah.
Yeah. So I'm like, I don't want to be here any more than you do right now. I just need to know what you did with that red stone that you stole from my friend.
And you can see the kid is sort of breathing raggedly.
Yeah.
A fairly stressful ordeal for a little tacker, probably 6 or 7 years old.
Oh, geez, that young.
So a gnome, 6 or 7, probably half your size, and you're not that tall to begin
Not
with.
like that tall.
Yeah. So you
Geez, I
tower
thought they were
over
like
the
at
kid.
least teenage.
No, so they're very young and very, very fleet and agile. But you sort of push him into the corner. Can you roll intimidation?
12.
With advantage for him being 6.
He succeeded anyway. You don't need to roll again. So the kid is fairly petrified. You're quite an imposing figure, and you're up in his face. What? Can you? So just struggling to comprehend a little bit.
I'm just like, take a breath. I'll let you go as soon as you tell me the red stone, and I try and, like, you know, it's about yay big, that you stole from my friend that just picked up your friend. It's very important to us.
We pick up a lot. I mean, we might have just stashed it back at home.
Whereabouts would that be?
Just down the alleyway, back in the slummy bit.
I'm going to need a bit more solid directions to go on.
I could show you. Where are we? Back out towards the market and head west. There's rows of houses, fairly run down. We made a nest, a bed in there. Me and Nori live in there. And so at this point you realise this is a young girl.
Okay. And so you said your friend's name is Nori.
My brother.
Brother, Nori. And what's your name?
Holly.
Holly.
Yeah.
Okay.
So you can see just sort of like beginning to feel less, you know, like they're going to be murdered or something. a little bit of trust has been built.
Yeah.
You're not like physically pushing her or holding her anymore.
Yeah, yeah. I think
She's
kind
just sort of
realizing
timidly standing there.
how young and she's obviously very scared. How much were those pies that we just passed? Did he shout out a price?
He didn't shout a price. But being from Stonebreak, make a history check with advantage.
11.
All right.
One of them wasn't that one.
They're not that expensive. It'd be 5 copper.
Okay. I'll hand her 5 copper, and I'll say, grab a pie for you and your brother. Go back home and make sure that redstone is there, because I'll be coming to collect it later today or tomorrow.
You're giving me money.
Because you're going to be giving me the stone back, either later today or tomorrow.
Okay.
Yep, say that back to me.
Pie? We're getting a pie.
Yes, and the stone part.
And the stone part.
Okay.
Is that right?
What kind of pie is it?
He said you don't know what's in it.
Oh, it's a mystery pie.
Pie of the day. I think they call it.
That's definitely goblin organs.
I'm making sure the stone's there.
Yeah.
And you're coming to get it?
Yes.
It's the 4th house on the right.
Thank you, Holly.
I've seen you around, haven't I? Aren't you part of Mithril Vanguard?
Why, yes, I am.
Make a persuasion check. And I'll give you
Or is
a
I'll say, is that deception?
Deception, yeah, sorry.
So 25?
Does that work? Does that fool a kid?
Just with your like menacing stance, like you tower over her. Anyone looks big to her, and she sort of looks at you.
The pleasure is all yours.
I'm just picturing like a Superman pose.
The shoulders dropped back a bit.
The beard blowing in the wind. I was joking, but you are. Oh,
Now run along, get your pie. I'll be mine later.
well, I got money from someone in the Mithril Vanguard. How exciting! I can't wait to tell Nori. And she sort of like goes to move and
Yeah, step back.
What was your name?
So we don't like to give out our real names, unfortunately.
Got it.
But you know me when you see me next.
I know. Sorry we stole from you. Daddy Grin said, anything goes, so.
Who, sorry?
I'm gonna go get a pie.
Alright. I'll get that out of you
Pie!
next time.
And she sort of starts scurrying backwards and then, it goes out of sight. After she scampers, which direction I'd assume you'd want to go towards the cells?
Yes, yep.
Okay. Beautiful.
4th house on the right. Did I?
4th house on the right.
Yarp.
And we'll cut back to...
My hand over Varys's mouth.
Yep. Keeping him nice and...
Stay quiet.
Yeah, you can talk to each other while this is occurring. Like you're not under arrest.
Yeah.
But don't say anything
Just
incriminating.
So they're sort of, as they're pushing you along, would you like to try anything? Would you like to try and do anything?
Are my hands cupped in front or behind?
Behind you.
And the guy that has the change is behind me as well?
Yeah, he's
Okay,
holding...
No, I'm not doing anything.
Okay, cool.
Yeah, no, I just wanted to go with them. And then he was
Okay.
being a jerk about it.
So you're trudging along, and people do sort of stop and look because, I mean, people getting arrested is kind of exciting.
Also, I assume there's not a ton of people that look like us normally around. There's
Yeah.
not a ton of like half-orc paladins, giant turtles.
It's not a very metropolitan area.
No.
It's very white dwarven.
Nice. Very yes. So you do stand out a bit. Bit of a scene. Anyway, as you're sort of walking along, it takes you probably 5 minutes to get there, and you see a fair bit of activity in the town. There is carts moving, deliveries heading out of town. Some are bringing in empty carts. You see people going about their business. You see miners going around, sort of coming off the clock, covered in dust and dirt, and then others with their pickaxes. So down towards the guards section, it's more of the industrial side. So on the eastern or southeastern side, you have the guard barracks and the miners' quarters, and then on the eastern section is the Bruise Boulder and the entrance to the mines. So you sort of hustled up to the doorsteps, through the doorway, a guard sort of sitting at a desk. Huh. We got one. Hey, good job, guys. He's a fairly cheery looking fellow, and they just sort of push you sort of towards the back, and you guys aren't permitted to go past the desk. Sort of, you're stopped there.
In the lobby sort of bit.
In the sort of check-in bit, and the man at the desk is sort of looks across at you. Anything I can do to help?
We're with him, but we don't know what he did wrong.
With, as in like you should.
We know him. Yes, we want to be in chains.
I just grab Kincaid. He's our friend.
Ah, okay. He speaks a funny tongue, doesn't he?
Boys, boy. Там припи это, del tofte vodka, sika biljat.
Suka bliet, smörva vodka.
Can you translate? I don't speak what I
Vodka
speak.
Kremlin, vodka, lobster.
Very nice to meet you. My name is Kincaid. That's what he said.
Oh, lovely to meet you. I'm assuming guards. No, they've walked off with Varus. So what did he do?
He was robbed. He tried to take his. What? Oh,
I'm not there.
he tried
They were
Try to
trying
get-
I'm trying to get the bloodstone.
information off the children who robbed him, and he got arrested.
It seems strange. In what manner did he try and get the information?
Pish posh.
Semantics.
Aha.
Minor details.
Yet friendly question. With many smile and happy.
Who does number 2 work?
Interesting. I'll have a chat with the other guards.
Is being robbed a crime in your city?
No?
Pickpocketed?
Did you report it?
Wait, is crime if you report?
Can we speak?
I was waiting for the in my country.
In mother total.
Lobster skins you. Can we speak? I'm very confused by this one. Is that okay?
What is confused? Man was robbed is crime.
Anyway. Yes. Did he lodge a formal complaint with the anvils that he was robbed?
He did not. He took matters into his own hands. He knows exactly who stole it off him.
Okay. Well, we do things a little different here in Stormbreak. That is because we are a very vicious town. We have a lot going on at all times. We try and stamp out crime as best we can. Some slip through the cracks. If you do put an official complaint in, that's good. That's great. We can follow it up. Taking matters into your own hands, kind of frowned upon. That's okay. And at this point, Spadon sort of like comes through the doorway. Oh, hey, Spadon. You would know this man as Remus, a human guard.
Remus.
Yeah.
And Romulus.
Nope, just Remus.
Remus or we renew?
I like how, like, for the last, 4 sessions, Kincaid was, this well-spoken,
Well,
a very posh man.
Kind of read
No,
it.
he's from Mother Russia. Suka, блин.
Kind of seemed to suit better.
How can I help you, Spud? We're just discussing
Yes,
Listen,
that's actually why I've come. I have had a chat with the alleged pickpockets.
Alleged.
Well, it's come to light that there was some mistakes made, but they're willing to return what was stolen, and they would also like to drop any complaints against our man Varys.
okay. Would you roll a deception check?
26.
He is a bard.
Yeah, I'm using my bard stats, so it's kind
No,
of...
that's fine. Okay. We'll have to run it by the captain first.
Yeah,
But
surely a greystone seal would get this pickpocket case dealt with, so we don't have to trouble the captain with something as minor as a misunderstanding.
we've had some fairly stringent orders. You have to understand, the captain, he wants everything run by him. That's okay. Sorry, not the captain, the lieutenant. The captain, Tesora, I think she'll be in later today. You could speak with Tesora, and she can get this all stamped out and done. In the meantime, you can go tell him the good news if you want. That's up to you.
What was Lieutenant's name?
Damn.
Oh, captain's name? Tesora?
Tesora.
Lieutenant or Captain?
She's the captain.
Captain. Okay.
The lieutenant has asked to be, Captain.
Diane.
Like Captain, Lieutenant, or Lieutenant?
Captain.
So there
Lieutenant.
are two stations. Lieutenant Tesora. Captain Tesora. There, you got me mixed up. And then Lieutenant wants to be looped in.
Yep. Lieutenant looped in.
Lieutenant Lupin.
Go ahead, Spud, if you want to.
Yep. Can I bring my entourage through to the cells as well?
I am his clerk. C-Pen.
Oh,
I'll say,
why didn't you mention that?
yeah, I can assure you there won't be any trouble, and because that will reflect on me and my family, so I'll keep them under wraps.
So he sort of leans forward. Did I hear there was some family trouble in your case, Spud?
Family matters are for family.
Okay, yeah.
You can tell because they're for family. Family
Fine,
matters
that's
in
true.
the name.
Okay, I just heard it was public. It might have been
Well,
hurtful. Just
I
Just
think
checking in.
some rumours may have slipped out, but there's still a lot of discussions going on, so I'd appreciate if you didn't add to that gossip, Rams.
You got it. I'll keep it.
How's the
on
nephew?
wraps. Yeah. Look, Nalda is trouble, but doing all right. Starting out in the mines is not so easy, but it gets easier for them.
Keep her away from Mineshaft, eh?
Just keep him away from mineshaft. Hey! Oh.
This one is a character.
But seriously, mineshaft ain't very dangerous.
But actually, don't go down mineshaft day.
What happened in Minecraft? Mineshaft.
Backpack and pull out a massive spider leg.
Like this, but 7. And it's still attached to body. With
Spider
woman.
If that's the size of its
Also.
leg, yeah.
I will give word that
Twice
she.
that shit to us.
Okay. No more issues.
Take the bite out of the leg. No, at all.
You see an eye sort of twitch, just like. Okay.
You know the
Um,
speeder.
No, not really. You
We'll head on through now.
you can.
What is
Yeah.
this people?
And you sort of
Jaws.
head down the corridor and turn right, do a little zigzag, and you see 3 cells side by side, iron bars, and the leftmost cell is sort of in shambles, like there's rubble and the bars are a bit bent and that sort of stuff. And he sort of follows behind you guys. Yeah, we had a bit of trouble. This one, someone kind of exploded. It was pretty exciting. Luckily, I didn't have
Common problem here. A lot of prisoners explode. What you put in food?
They survived.
Wasn't like combustion one of the side effects of the drink? Like if you roll. I think you of the booze.
Yeah, Gimmer and Glimmer and Gimmel or Grimmel.
Like
Wait.
was one of the side effects. I think. If I recall correctly.
Gilfrey. He's experimental. He was the bruised boulder person. He's experimental liqueur.
Do you mean Oscar?
No, I have Gilfrey written down.
Gilfrey.
He's the blacksmith.
Yeah, Gildry is the blacksmith, not the owner of the bruised boulder.
He took us to the back of the room and gave us some shots.
Yeah, that's right.
Spontaneous combustion was one of the side effects.
Yeah, I don't even remember what they were, to be honest. That was session 0.
I went a weird colour.
Yeah.
But then because I was green, it was like purple or something like that. Like
And I believe someone got gas. Like bad gas.
Spud.
Yeah, Spud had that. Oh,
Yeah,
what was your
Spud
one?
got
I think I got a
Bubbles.
very neutral roll, and it was just like I just recovered some hit points.
Yeah,
or
yeah,
something
something like that.
very mild.
I can't remember what happened, mate.
Yep.
Someone got like a +1 to const or
Yeah,
something.
you got like a very small stat increase.
Yep, because you rolled really well, like always.
Yeah.
Anyway, as you sort of round the corner, you see this, decimated cell. Next to it, you see a figure crouched down, sort of sitting against the wall, head on hand, long, luscious orange braids and long orange hair, short stature, a small fellow. Make a perception check.
6.
All right, and then in the next cell along, you see Varys sort of in their shackles still on. You can see the guards have like hustled up his weapons. I'd assume you would have things sort of tucked away in places.
Well, yeah, like I don't have a utility belt or anything like that. Like I was going to try and slide a hand with thieves' tools, but the dude was walking behind me where my hands were.
Okay.
So, and I didn't really know if there was an opportunity for me to do that.
Yeah,
While
yeah.
I'm taking
You
you to the
keep
cell.
them in your
So I'll say
wallet.
the best option for you would be as they sort of pushed you into the cell and turned you around, they would have grabbed your weaponry. So you would have a chance to try and sleight of hand
Well, yeah, I'd like
something.
to slide a hand with my thieves' tools, I guess.
Okay, go for it.
Put them in, the secret back pocket.
Oh, that's a 1.
Oh.
You want to use the other?
Yeah, I guess.
I don't think it really matters what I roll.
Try and have
That's
my
been like
plus
all
2.
single digits for you.
Yeah,
Yep.
that's all right. That's okay.
Nothing's above a 7.
You just got to purge the bad rolls.
Yeah,
The
I'm
good
going
news
to purge
is-
them right off a cliff in a minute.
The good news is you're still alive,
Yeah.
so at least
Yep. After 5 catastrophic rolls, yep. At least it's not in combat.
Yeah, true.
I will tell you they rolled double 3s, but
A 1 is less than that.
this just in, 1 is less than 3.
Next time, more quick maths.
Okay. What's a body what? Yeah, it is. That is a reverse
Well, it's
banger.
1 + 4, so it's 5.
Okay. Yeah.
But yeah, I'm just in shock.
Yeah. So they sort of see you trying to like. It's difficult, manacle behind your back. You're trying to like slip it up a sleeve, and it's just a bit too hard with the clank and the rattle. And they sort of just see it, and then they've taken all your weaponry
And the thieves' tools.
and your thieves' tools, sadly. And you are just sort of sitting in the cell. The guards continued, so it's sort of like a U shape. So you guys have walked in one corridor, and the guards have.
As they're
Gone out
walking
the other
away, I'd just like to call that. It's because I'm black, isn't it?
Yeah. And so you guys come up to the bars.
Talk to the red-headed.
I'm a drow. That's my skin
Red-headed,
color, man.
One at a time, guys.
The little red-headed dude.
In the center cell.
Yeah. Hey, buddy. Are you feeling explosive?
He sort of looks up. Gimmer.
Do I see Spadon?
Make a perception check. See if you're paying attention.
9.
9. I mean,
perception.
Yeah, I'm like looking at all the rubble, like sidled up to the bar.
Yeah.
Like, hey.
You would at least hear him, and you can hear the voice sort of directed towards you.
I mean, I'm
He's not hiding
I'm
it.
gigantic. I'm a 6'4", gigantic turtle.
True.
So he's sort of
Walking
just like
turtle.
head on hand, bored as, looks up.
So, why is my cell exploded?
No, not your cell. The cell
one
next to you.
Oh, okay. Thankfully, I'm feeling tip as a daisy. As you can see, I'm living the dream in here, as one might say.
Is your dream?
Far from it.
Yes, strange dream. What happened here?
Well, I think one of the
prisoner exploded.
yeah, one of the dock workers that I got thrown in here with snuck in some sort of flask, and next thing I know, there was popping
Oh,
and
God.
bursting, and
Oh, messy.
I'm just glad I didn't steal a sip.
Make a perception check with advantage as Spadorn
Correct.
for a total of.
Uh,
Yes, you would
20.
notice. So, as Spadorn, you would notice the sound of a familiar, distant cousin.
Yep.
So, I can take on Spadorn for you if you would like.
That'd be helpful, yeah. Okay,
Now, role
separating.
play two people at once.
Yeah.
Go.
Ah, cousin.
So Spadorn sort of, I know that voice. Hey, long time no see.
Well, twist my beard and call me a leper,
Good
cousin.
God. So he sort of like,
Twist the beard.
he sort of reaches through the bars awkwardly to try and give you a hug, and as you make contact with him, you feel this strange sort of like frisson go through you, just like a pulsation, and feel like your vision goes a little bit blurry, like things take on a different hue for a second, and your hearing sort of does that reset whine, and you're just sort of confused, a little bit disoriented. And Spadorn's like, yeah, like nothing has changed.
Yep.
And he's patting you on the back. What are you doing here?
Apparently I drank too much. I'm still feeling a bit of it, I think.
Public nuisance, hey?
Yes, well, apparently they throw you in the stocks for a night when you convince all the dock workers to stay drinking till sunrise.
Thing is drink too much.
When you cause shipping delays out of the trading ports, some important people get angry.
I'd assume that that Oscar would have been mighty happy with you.
I'm only in here for a day because of my name, thankfully. But
Well, that's all right.
yes,
I'll see if I can put in a good word and get you out. We're working on this one. Guys, this is Gimrick. This is my cousin.
There is sort of, another dwarf.
I just kind of wave out of my cell.
Well, he's in the cell next to you, so
Yeah, so maybe he can see.
Yeah,
Like depending where his angle is.
Yeah.
yeah, it's not super dark in
we can
here.
shake hands through the bars.
Yep.
First time.
First time in the stone break, anyway.
Yeah. Well, actually, if you lift up that bit of rubble in the corner of your cell, you'll see my initials scratched onto it from last week.
And scratch mine in next week.
With what?
My fingernail.
It's like the hardest stone you've ever tried to scratch something into.
Kincaid, and I try to like my hand, like
The claws.
like
Clang.
dwarf sized. Just so I
Clang.
just put one pinky through and like to shake. Pleased to meet you, I'm Kincaid.
Fern just looked at him with his, like, arms crossed.
The big eyes, hard to please, but he's good value.
He
So
goes
you- with him. He certainly does.
Split
Now-
across the room.
I saw that goblin. Whew. So you're only in here for a night.
Well,
Overnight.
yes, well, that was last night.
Okay. Should
They're
be
apparently
outside.
slow on the paperwork.
All right.
So, bureaucracy.
I might go talk to Remus and I'll see if he can, for a cousin, he might. They're being kind of strict lately. Don't know why.
I've spent more nights here than my inn-room the last fortnight, so...
Hey, we love to see, though, those songs. You get everyone up on the tables.
That's what's getting me in trouble.
Also,
No
the
tables left.
cell is free.
Well, they're still charging me for the room.
Oh, what?
Yeah.
So you're saying free room? That's Boulder?
Which room?
I
Not
don't
important.
even remember the inn. That's how drunk I've been.
All right, Varus. I'm sorry, I'm trying to work on it. I'll have a word with the higher-ups. We'll see if we can smooth this over. Thankfully, that didn't go any worse. So, I am Spud. I was like, wait. I had a word. The kid didn't really know what he'd taken. He just nabbed something in a pouch. And it's back at their residence, 4th house on the right, down the sort of slummy lane. And, yeah, we can go back and get it. Now, the little kid, they were like 7 years old. That's why this is kind of a little bit iffy. I can understand where they're coming from.
Why does it make iffy?
7-year-olds are... Do I need to explain this, Kincaid?
Yes.
I don't think I do.
Duh.
You're being silly.
Turtles are born into a battle royale. Like they have to make for the water.
500 egg to survive. World cruel.
Well, around here, we try and look after our children.
One of them only have one flipper.
Poor little guy.
My God. Yeah. Composure.
We look after our children in Stonebrick. And, yeah. I mean, taking a child that's not yours, kind of frowned upon. To sum it up.
Sorry, did I hear taking a child?
Kidnapping.
Oh, you never can sleep, yes.
When you grab a child that's not yours, it's kind of taking someone else's child, I guess. Still not your child, I guess, but I see what you mean. Either way.
Taken is mine. The gold steak.
Sounds like I'll be seeing a lot of you guys.
I might have to part ways if we keep this up.
I understand what's saying, but no child murder.
Good. That's good. Okay. Alright, I'll go and try and smooth things. So Spadon sort of walks out and you can hear voices coming down the hallways. What would you guys like to do? Other than that.
Just wait, I guess. Actually, I am hungry.
Have you got rations? You can pull some food out.
We snack.
Okey
Let's
dokey.
open up my sling off the backpack and start rummaging around for some rations. Start eating some turtle rations.
It'll be Lila in there. Because you can hear the voices which the lad in. So, if you're not doing anything else, Spadon sort of comes back down the hallway. You can hear Remus in tow. Yeah, sorry, mate. Yeah, I mean, following orders. But if he's a cousin, he was alright. He didn't really cause any trouble. Just a bit too rowdy at 6 in the morning.
And you know I'll see you tomorrow anyway, Remus.
Hey, yes, you will, Ricky. I mean, have a pleasant day. Thank you for your patronage.
Can I grab some food from the cafeteria?
And he sort of clink undoes your.
Food from cafeteria?
No, he should have been fed. Did you get any food?
No. They forgot the morning rotation, yeah.
I'll bring it up at the board meeting.
Oh, no, it's not that serious. It's fine. I'm a regular here. They probably just expect me to go to the cafeteria on my way out.
Okay. Yeah, you know the way. As for you, what was your name, Drow? I didn't catch it. Varus? Okay. Tesoro will be in later, maybe an hour or two, so...
Tesoro? I might stick around.
You know your cousin Tesora.
Yeah, that's. Well, we're all cousins.
Yeah, you would know. This is your cousin.
Okay.
All dwarves are
Oh.
kind of like, yeah,
Oh.
that's my cousin.
Same line, but way less sexual.
Yes. Oh, my cousin. I'll stick
Oh,
around.
I'll stick around.
Yeah. You would recognize
You
him.
put in flex.
She'll be in later. So you're welcome to wait around in the front foyer. You're probably not supposed to be back here. I'll get you some grub. It's coming up on supper.
Do you only get grub if arrested?
Yes. Would you like?
I don't want the rest. No rest.
I just remember.
Boulder.
Good choice.
Boulder.
I might see you later. At the boulder. I'll see you there.
How's that for a slice of fried gold?
Fried gold. I don't understand you totally.
Why do you not have this saying?
Fried gold.
Like if something not going to happen, you say when, like, oh yeah, that happened when lobster whistle on mountain.
No, we don't have that saying.
Strange people.
We can talk about it over a brew.
Good.
All right.
First round's on you, Ramus.
Vodka.
All of you? You guys look like you could drink.
Vodka.
All right. I'll see you down there. I'll get the first round. But thank you for being so understanding. I'll try and smooth it out as best I can. I'm not a captain or a lieutenant. I just, check people in, feed them. Anyway, I'll be off. I mean, you should be off. I'll be off to the front desk. I'll show myself. See you soon. And he sort of trots back down the hallway. You can hear him sort of humming to himself, cheery fella. Kind of loves his job. So you guys, he sort of beckons for you to follow him. Any parting words for Varys? Nope, you just leave him in the dark.
Don't say.
Okay.
Very
Bye-bye,
threatening.
Varys, we will find children for you.
Suck 'em good.
So the good
We
news
will give
is
good socks.
you at least know where the
Maybe.
where the stuff may be.
We think where the kid thinks it is.
Oh, we had also located it with locator.
Yeah, yeah,
So
exactly.
See if it's similar.
was it the same? Like if I'm like, Spud on, we had the thing from blah blah blah.
I'm
Is it
Spud. Yep.
Spud on, do we have? Oh my god.
We had to do a transition.
Yeah. Before we came back and found you, we had found a place where goods and services had been taken to after steal. Is house from, like describe where we found it?
He's sort of like your first sentence. You can see the visible confusion, and then he's.
It was so well spoken, and now it's just unintelligible Russian gibberish.
I love it. Sorry, what? He's sort of like munging on
Little
a piece.
children, take steal
Yeah.
our stuff
Yes.
and take to place.
Yeah.
We found place magic with my magic.
Okay.
This was the place we found it. Like describe the location. That where they told you.
In a slum. You're in a slummy sort of
Yep.
section. Then yeah, probably.
Just describing like the house or whatever to him and seeing if it matches what the kids told him.
Sounds, sounds about right from that broken description. I reckon we come back, have a chat to Tesora, get Varys out, and then could go get the stones.
Astrovia.
Whatever that means.
Whatever that means. So
Pub.
we can pub holder. We'll be back, Varys. And you sort of like you hear it echoing down the hallway. And yeah, you
I'd say,
guys.
as they were talking, I just come wandering out of like another hallway with like three bits of bread, and I'm like dipping it in a bowl of porridge. I'm just like, pub?
Pub.
Oh,
We need to do some catching up.
I need to find my room.
Oh, yes. So you paid for a room in the Boulder
Yeah.
for last night and tonight?
Yeah, I've been staying there the last fortnight. I'm in town for a while, trying to hunt some things down, as you've probably heard. And yeah, I've just...
But it's probably best talked about over some ale.
Dwarven?
Dwarven. Is there any other kind?
Yes, many better kinds.
Water, maybe.
Water not better.
No, that's
Water
the other
much worse.
kind.
Disgusting fish piss in it.
I think we'll have an argument, and that's okay. So
Okay.
you're sort of like discussing as you head towards the boulder. It's quiet-ish. It's still like 3 p.m. Getting towards knock-off time for the miners. So there's not a huge amount of patrons in at the moment. And you step inside, the familiar sort of smells of... Whoop, get out of that one. Now, I don't know that I have one. Haven't. Yeah, I do. The same person's playing the same song in the corner. This was the song I used last time. Probably don't remember that because it was 2.5 years ago. And you sort of step in, Oscar's behind the bar. Hey! Wait, how'd you get out? Looking towards you.
I have my ways. What's this turd doing on stage? Boo!
he's
Yeah,
cheap.
well said.
You want to go?
Yeah.
Well, once it fires up a bit.
Which room is mine? My drum's up there.
I think it was 13, maybe. I'll check the ledger. Here's, I'd assume, vodka for you. All right.
All on Ramus's tab. He'll be down just after us.
Remus. I can't really do that if he's not here. And
What
Spud.
if we vouch for him?
I slam my hand down on the counter. He said he'd buy the first round. We're getting it.
Make an intimidation check.
You still have advantage.
What's the advantage?
You do.
And I'm also going to add
for an
it.
hour.
I'll look at him. I'm just like, you know, I'm good for it, knowing full well I'm not.
That would be 22.
Oh, all right, big boy.
Well, thank God I have no money.
you sort of whisper that. He's like, hey.
Hello.
I just like slapping him on the head.
Okay. I'll charge him when he comes in. Beers or vodka?
Expensive.
Phew, okay.
Your most largest bottle vodka.
Okay. I'll see what I can find.
Most expensive largest bottle.
Yep.
Yeah.
And so they sort of goes about getting the finer looking ales and pulls down, you would probably recognize something out of Bournemouth. It's sort of like turtle shell scaling on the outside of the bottle. So you know it's a good quality one.
Yeah, it's good. Finally.
And he
Something nice to
unstoppers it,
drink.
that familiar sort of almost seaweed scent that comes with the good turtle vodka.
The way all good vodka smells.
And he pours you out. How much?
Keep going.
You want-
I say one.
Sure. Okay. Remus is not going to be happy. Anyway, you
He did
guys
not
sort of
seem happy.
get your drinks.
In life.
Sing out if you need, anything. Go about your business. And he sort of turns back and keeps cleaning and
Yep.
doing his thing.
Oh, yeah, I'll get him to just double check the ledger and I'll go kind of grab my stuff and get dressed.
Right, yep. Yeah, it was 13. Here's your key.
I definitely did lose the other one. Thank you.
Oh.
Might need to get the locks changed again. Sorry, just add it to my tab.
Okay.
Was that like a CVS receipt?
One of those scrolls that just goes like across the room.
Can I get you to roll 2d10?
That you needed it.
No, that's right. 6 and 9.
Okay. Right, replacing a key and your tab, take away what you earned me. and he hands you 10 gold. Last night, it was flowing. So, I mean, I kind of owe you, thank you. But, try not to lose the key, please. It's a pain in the arse. You have to go over to Gildry, and, you know, she can be a bit snappy, but anyway. So you...
Doesn't do fine work. Wouldn't even cover goblin bones in gold.
What was she thinking?
Just little goblin fingers.
Flap these bones out.
Pull a handful out.
Skeletal.
Go, boom, done. Put it back in my pocket.
I actually hand the I go into my backpack, pull out the spider leg, and hand it to him, say, like, can you cook this for us?
Could you take it off the bar, please? That is, I just cleaned it. But is it edible?
I just point to like the chunk that I made
The big bite
mark.
mark. Yeah. Sure, it's on the menu for tonight. Thank you. What is it? It looks like a leg.
Speeder, head leg. Poison web.
I'm just trying to think how to spin that as a meal.
Speeder.
Soup of the day.
Now you're thinking. And he sort of like hefts it off the table. Like it's quite big for him. And it lumps it off and begins to head out the back. Would you guys like to do anything sort of while you're in the bar or fast forward? So that Varys isn't sitting there like twiddling his thumbs.
I think Kincaid sort of tidy, like takes out all his like takes up a big chunk of the bar, or maybe goes to a table or something and gets all his like ledgers and quills and stuff out and just like tidying up some like putting down his records and stuff of the goblins and the people that we either killed or found dead.
Yep, all of the litany of people that you came across.
Yep.
Beautiful.
Yeah, smeared, across by the, hammer of this one, Raiders of the Lost Ark slime, this one, arrow through the back of the neck,
Yeah. So I'll get you all to roll an intelligence check.
Straight, all of us?
Yeah. Add your intelligence modifier, and that's it.
Natural 20.
Whee, that's a bang!
+1.
Alright, so you two are fairly aware of time passing. You get a little bit, I don't know, the ale sort of catches up with you a bit. But it's enjoyable. And you lose track of time just a little bit, but the other two are fairly on it.
Punching down the vodka like it's...
Yeah. and it's the good stuff, like it's something that you've been holding out for.
Tastes like the motherland.
I just have a quick sniff.
It tastes like. You want?
And yeah, it's a bit of an acquired taste.
Can I roll to see if I like it?
Sure. You can decide that.
I'm indifferent.
Yeah, not bad.
I wouldn't complain if it's on the table, but
Yeah, you mightn't order it, but like if someone gives it to you, okay, I like this.
It's like a Johnny Red.
Yeah. So while you're sort of sitting around, Remus comes in. Hey, there they are. Did I say I was paying for a round? I don't have any money.
Yeah, don't worry, we've already started your tab up, so don't worry. It's already all in the ledger.
Oh.
And yeah.
Don't worry about it.
You're welcome.
I'll say I'll give him a big friendly handshake and I'll slip a couple of gold in his hand.
Good to see you. Sorry, I didn't get to go home, so I just came straight here. Tesora was in as I was leaving, and you sort of catch up for a second. We'll flick back to Varys in the cell. So no one's sort of come around. You did get some food from Remus.
Cool.
He's fairly studious, and yeah, as you sort of hear him leaving down the hallway, you hear another voice, like a feminine voice, echoing down the halls, sort of commanding people, responding in a way of, they're sort of authoritative, and you hear her sort of clanking her way, heavy footsteps. You hear mail and chain sort of clinking as she walks down the halls. And around the corner you see a short lass with dirty blonde hair down by her shoulders in braids, and she's like plated up, and she looks very regal. Ah, our latest acquisition. Hello, I am Tesora.
Going first. It's a pleasure.
It is. What are you in for? Let's hear your side.
Well, a child robbed me, and then I was in the middle of questioning said child, and then your guards confronted me. And then, as they're unable to comprehend more than one sentence at a time, I decided escape would be a better or faster way to resolve the matter. Unfortunately, I was mistaken.
So she's sort of just like, given the tone that she's getting back, she's sort of just like, not paying huge amounts of attention. They are my guards, and you're in our custody, but I see what you mean. Some are less than reputable, less than up to scratch. I'm trying to stamp it out.
I was wondering if you recruited directly from the school for the blind or not.
Funny. Now, I was wondering, are you the bargaining sort?
More often than not.
Okay. I mean, having a look at you, I know my hardened criminals. I know what a child snatcher would look like. I mean,
I'm flattered.
I've seen them before. This would not be the first time. The Ratbag twins are notorious. I've been trying to get a fix on them, but I have duties. And she sort of peers down the hallways as she's talking. I need some help. So, here's what I'm going to do. I could let you out. I could let you out now. No charges will be pressed. The lieutenant does not need to be in the know, but I need you to do something for me.
Go on.
In Stonebreak of late, how do I put this? The other guards... Oh, sorry, we'll get rid of the...
Like divulging secrets.
What a happy prison.
You hear rumors around town. And not all of them are good. You hear rumors of banditry. You hear rumors of highwaymen and robberies and all sorts of terrible things, not uncommon. However, when you hear that guards look the other way, and guards do not help those that are wronged, wrongfully locked up, the list goes on. And what I need your help with is regarding the guards. I don't know who I can trust anymore. Now, I'm assuming you are not trying to steal a child. You would not be that brazen and stupid in the middle of the day in the marketplace in front of guards to try and steal children. I assume your means were otherwise motivated. And that's okay. I understand. However, the guards that apprehended you, did they take statements?
Well, I was meaning to question you about this. As the guards let slip, they were given orders to watch the pair of children. My school for the blind comment earlier wasn't for nothing. How could a pair of trained guards watch a pair of known pickpockets for an entire shift and not see a single crime but as soon as a victim confronts them, they're all over it in 10 seconds flat.
This is the issue, isn't it?
I would, if you would like me to begin an investigation of the sort, simply the names and whereabouts of those two guards would be an excellent starting point.
I would prefer to go about it in a different tact.
Sure.
We have a reputation. We are a good, firm defense against thievery and robbery and murder. But I need this kept more secretive until we know who is on the wrong side of the law. This, therein, is my issue. I don't know who to trust. That's why I am asking you. I cannot ask the guards. I don't know who is friends with who, taking money on the side or whatever they're doing. But I'm struggling, and I'm only one person. I don't know who I can trust within the guard. Now, if you can bring me some sort of proof, some sort of evidence, anything that would indicate guards that may be shady, shifty, or untrustworthy, that would be of utmost importance to me, as I need to stamp this out. I am having struggles maintaining my town when I can't rely on those who do the guarding. Now, does that sound agreeable?
Yes.
Can I get a sworn statement that you will not touch any more children? And she cracks a small grin.
Provided they haven't stolen from me?
Yeah, that's good enough.
Oh, dear.
So, I will keep this off the books.
Okay, I just have a few questions. Where would you recommend I start?
I have no idea.
All right.
The guards, who was on today? I'd have to check. But I could...
Well, the two that I encountered today are definitely suspicious at the least.
Did you get any names?
We'll have to ask my compatriots.
Oh, there are more of you. That would be...
Yes, you weren't here for that. Yes, they came and visited me before.
Well, good to have friends. Okay. I mean, would they also help, do you think?
More than willingly, yes.
Wonderful. Okay. I like this. She sort of like... She'll stop speaking about it as soon as she hears a noise down the hallway, like footsteps or talking, just to sort of, maintain the secrecy. But she's speaking low through the bars to you. Now, do you think your compatriots would be willing to assist?
I think so. Some of them are of a noble mindset.
Wonderful. Okay. I guess what I'm trying to say is the most important thing is that word doesn't get out that we're trying to root out whoever is dodgy.
I have a question. How would I best contact you in a non-obvious manner?
You could... there is an alleyway on the back of the marketplace. You know where the marketplace is? You don't look like you're from around here. I haven't seen you before.
Oh, I'm familiar with it.
Okay. There is an alleyway on the western side. And if you go down the alleyway, take a left, second door along would be the back of my house. If you would knock 3 times, I'm on duty overnight, but I can ensure that word gets to me. If you have anything to bring me, otherwise I might be here.
Sounds good.
Either way, if you can wait at my residence, I will find you there.
No.
I don't expect it to be, all today, but...
It'll be a work in progress.
Yeah. All I know is someone is ringleading this, but I don't know who. And I know those little rat bags are tied up in it somehow. So, Paris, and she offers a hand, gauntleted, gloved, through the bars, to someone in the cell. She offers it.
Yeah,
You shake her hand.
gentleman's accord.
A very firm grip, like there's muscle behind this girl. Yeah, and sort of like ooh. One of those people that like do the crushing sort of grip, just like firm. And all right, you didn't see me. Let me check. And you hear her like clank down the hallway. She checks, comes back down, produces a key, and okay, follow me, and begins walking back down out the front doors. There's no guard on at the desk at the moment, and she lets you out. No, he's off shift. He's all done for the day. Lets you out into the night. Remember, secrecy, please. Do you remember my name?
Tesora.
Excellent, Varus.
Yes.
Good. About your business. I've never seen you before. And she sort of steps back inside.
And away into the night I go.
All right.
Towards the pub.
Towards the pub. Excellent. All right, so it's not too far, probably like a minute's walk over to the Bruise Boulder, and you come through the front doors, and these three and Remus having.
Assume she gave me all my stuff back.
Yeah. Yes, she would have gotten all your gear back, and you get back to the Bruise Boulder. Now you guys are sort of, raucously livening up the joint. Some workers are starting to filter in. And Spadorn and Kincaida. No. Dwarven beer. Dwarven ale. Much better.
Tastes like dirt.
Ha!
Vodka.
Dirt.
Salt brine.
Dirt is
Ocean.
life.
Light. Dirt. No, dirty dirt.
Where do you think we get vegetables and minerals from? The dirt.
You don't need mineral.
Yes, I
You eat
do.
rock. You don't need rock.
Rock salt.
Not rock.
It has the name rock.
Do you know where it comes from?
Hey,
It comes from ocean.
That's the name Rock.
Hey, Varus, settle a bet with us. What's better? Wait. Oh, you're out of prison.
Diane. Entirely due to my cunning and charm.
I don't think you need to make a deception roll.
Yes. Well, yeah, I'll tell you about it later.
Oh, everything all right?
Oh, yes, just best for private deep times.
A
Okay.
secret.
Yes.
Remus is like, ooh, spicy. I assume not for my ears.
No, I'm afraid not, Remus, but if I ever need a hand, you seem like an honest sort that I could count on.
Thank you.
You're welcome.
Rebs,
No hard feelings.
why don't we let these folks chat? Can you come arrest this fool on the stage so I can jump up?
I can't arrest him, sorry, but
What about for assaulting our ears?
Reb,
I could make it work. Oscar! And Oscar's sort of like bustling around. He's busy, but wait, we need Tavern Chatter. Tavern Chatter!
See the old sheep sort of coming
Yeah.
off the side of the stage.
Oscar's sort of busy. Remus is like, Oscar, please let our prison escapee play some tunes, please. We loved his music last night. And he's like, all right, you! And there's this small gnomish fellow playing his panpipes and like a tambourine. And he's just like, yes? Get off! You're awful! Get out of here! I don't want you anymore! Oh, okay. And you hear him sort of like the tambourine as he's walking out of the room with his head bowed.
That was bad and you should feel bad.
You rolled a natural one.
Your raucous
you
wails
see
squeak,
a
make
tear.
ears bleed.
You see a single tear go down his face, and he sort of steps out into the night.
and yeah, I jump up on stage immediately,
Oh,
and I
and this trash music stops.
I bring out the old drum, and I start up one of those. It's a very classic dwarven drinking song
Yep.
where everyone will be
Everyone's
stamping their
going to be
feet and stamping their...
to the beat. Yep.
Yeah.
Lots of hi-hos.
Yes.
Yeah.
Off to drink we go.
And talking about the, big old beefy strong miners and how they deserve a good ale and...
A good song for the crowd. You've picked your crowd very well for their song choice.
Yeah.
Beautiful. And it's going off. Well, make a performance check. Let's see how well you do.
21.
Very well. In no time at all, you've got all of the miners in the town stamping their feet to the beat and joining in a chorus, singing what song?
The miners drink.
A well-known.
Very simple.
A well-known ditty that simple beat but good chorus, good song to sing along with, and eases a lot of tension in the crowd. Everyone's sort of fairly jovial with this uplifting beat. Yeah, everyone like clanking their steins on the table. Boom, 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 boom.
And I make sure, in little lulls where it's just instrumental, I make sure and remind people that this song is best done with full drinks in the stein. So they're up ordering more, and I chuck a wink to Oscar.
Oscar's like, beautiful.
So Ruda's like sort of visibly annoyed at all the ruckus these dwarves are making. And I like turn to King and like, these dwarves, they're animals.
Bad drink, bad beer, bad breath.
But for a dwarf, he's not that bad usually.
It doesn't make ear bleed.
That is one of the higher compliments you've gotten.
Another one sounded like a walrus being clubbed to death with an accordion.
I was taking shit that sound better than what these people usually do.
Varys, would you like to get a drink or anything of the sort?
Yeah, I'd like to just go up to the bar and get a beer. Or...
Yep.
I reckon I got my money here. Yeah, it's like 16 gold on me. So.
Oh, beauty. Yeah, the ales aren't. Well, if you want the dirty ales,
Yeah, just cheap.
not too bad.
Garbage.
Yeah, it's like
better than the Christmas
one silver for a steiner ale.
Yeah, cool, solid.
Gets the crowd going.
I have no money, but he said he would buy me drink. I just pointed some random dwarf.
Roll a deception check.
Oh, goody.
Yeah. All the way. Thank you very much.
The barmaid's like, bullshit.
Alright, he did. I'm pointing Gimrick. We broke him out of prison.
It's true.
Oh,
Only
but
deserves one drink.
I say I definitely can't hear like any
That's-
conversation.
oh,
I'm just
yeah,
talking
sorry.
at the bar. But I'm just smiling, and like if she looks at me, I'm like, like vodka.
And she pours you some dirty vodka.
Yeah, that's fine. The red square.
Yeah,
The Ruskov.
you're off the good stuff and going into the bottom of the
That's
barrel.
fine.
The $18.
Yeah, the
The Audi brand, it just says vodka on the bottle.
yeah, no ingredients, no
Just-
mills,
just
just
vodka.
vodka.
How much is that going to set me back? Eventually.
Well, it'll be on your tab.
All right, yeah, we'll sort that out later.
Yeah, you can do that later.
I sit next to Remus.
Sure thing. Hey,
Hey,
how was your stay in the
I've
prison?
stayed in much worse, to be completely honest.
Yeah, we do a good meal. How'd you like the mutton?
Yeah, not bad, honestly. Was that what caused the fella in the cells over from me to explode?
No.
What was
And
the story there?
that one was a little bit. I wasn't on, but you do hear word. The someone that we arrested snuck something in. He was hiding it. I'm not sure how, but a rather large flask of I don't know what was in it. But poor fellow exploded. It
Did he
was.
manage to remove the flask before it exploded?
So can you
I wasn't there again, but it was messy.
I'm guessing no.
It smells a bit in there, you may have noticed. We've tried to open the windows, and there's not much you can do. Unless you...
Unfortunate for him.
Not the magic sort. Not it.
Just bad alchemy, I
Yeah,
guess.
maybe.
Doesn't always agree with you.
Back alley liquor. It'll kill you.
Apparently so.
Yeah, we still haven't gotten around to fixing that, so probably should.
Do you know the names of the guards that arrested me tonight? Just if I have to make a formal complaint or something like that.
I don't see why that shouldn't be an issue. Their names were Thomund.
How do you spell that?
Thomund.
Yeah.
That was the human fella that brought you in chains. And his dwarven companion was Hjolgurn. HJOLGURN. Yeah, there. Look, like, and he's beginning. He's had a couple of brews. Look, they're not the best, but you get what you get. Some of the guards are better than others.
Well,
What can you do?
It's fine. It's just a misunderstanding. No harm, no foul. So not a problem.
And if you do want to, file a complaint, we can do that.
Yeah, I'm sure. I'm sure it won't be necessary. It's just if there's anything missing from my belongings or if anything was damaged. I'm sure nothing happened. It's fine.
Would you want another, by the way?
Yeah, sure. I missed out on that round you bought everyone else. And then I would like to slam the ale that I've got.
Alright, make a constitution check.
Come on.
You can add your save to it if you're proficient.
Yeah, 13.
Yeah, you haven't had any. It was kind of a thirsty wait in the cell, and you slam it down. It's probably a good 700, 800 mil of fairly subpar ale. Yeah, fairly hearty. It's almost like a stew, like just deep, rich dwarven.
Just as I finish,
You chew the drapes.
chew the rest.
You got the bad stuff. You aren't from around here, are you? Oh, that's all right. I'll get you something better. You don't really want the chunky one.
They drink worse where I've come from.
That's good. What, like blood?
On Sundays.
Make a deception check.
I know it's deceiving him.
What about that sounded untrue?
6.
They don't drink blood. They don't
You're
drink.
right, we do it on
Sure.
Saturdays.
You're all right. And so he heads up to the bar and he'll get you something a little less,
Terrible.
wasn't bad, but it's a little too hearty for you.
It's a bit of a chewy bit.
If I can see Kincaid kind of fishing around, trying to con a drink out of the barmaid, in between songs, I'll do a little shout out and I'll say, if your wages have been good this week, I ask that you help my new friend Kincaid, the big turtle over there. He's just recently become a new father and would appreciate your help in celebrating with him. So shout him an ale, shout him a vodka.
And everyone in the bar is like, hey! Like steins up in the air, sloshing all over the place. And there's a fair clamour of people like coming up to back slaps and have some of mine. All these beers like thrust into your hands.
Oh, that was vodka. I'm just holding on to I'm holding on to mine and using it as like a chaser for every just pound an ale and then a chaser.
It's like the scene in The Grinch where he's getting all the fudge stuff in his mouth.
Yeah.
And you would get probably 2 or 3 drinks straight away, and then maybe one fresh one brought up to you for that.
Yeah, probably like pound like 1 or 2 and then space it out.
Some of them were chunky. Like someone's given you the lower half. But
you drink your bread.
It's keeps you going in the mines, that's for sure. But you're doing well on stage. Are you doing more than a couple ditties?
I'll say I'd probably, after a few, few rounds of some drinking songs, it'll be a bit more of a dancing kind of one that there's definitely some traditional, I'm thinking, what's the one where they you tap your foot to your knee? Yeah, like that kind of dancing.
Some sort of
like
line
river
dance.
line dance kind of.
Dwarven line dancing, let's go. Yep, beautiful.
Yeah.
Get people up out of their chairs. and
Yeah,
stuff.
yeah.
So time sort of passes. You guys are reveling a bit. Couple of back slaps to celebrate Varys getting out of prison, as well as Ricky. And Spud's sort of, alright, I'm gonna go back, see my mom, see if I can smooth things over. That didn't go well yesterday, and it upset the apple cart.
Apples everywhere.
They were, indeed. Just like, I don't remember. Anyway, if you need me, I'll be at home. The home.
Greystone.
Yeah,
Like
our keep.
house.
The manor. Yeah.
House Manor Keep.
Sing if you need me. Good to see you, Ricky. And like while you're up on stage, just yells at you.
Yeah.
See you later, Thoradin. You're alright. I guess. I'm sorry if I annoyed you. I'm sorry.
Terrible for a dwarf.
Sorry I killed that goblin. I know you wanted to peel his skin off or whatever it is you do. Varys, good to see you. I'll be back. Maybe tomorrow.
What do my job liver?
I was talking to you.
You didn't say goodbye.
Goodbye, Kincaid.
Goodbye, Spadon.
I hope you drown in dwarven beer.
I hope you drown in dwarven shit.
He just
Kind
turns.
of the same thing.
He turns and exits the bar. You can see there's a bouncer out the front of the establishment again, but he walks off into the afternoon, well, the twilight now, getting towards nighttime. Some meals come out. You hear Oscar shouting at the bar, "We've got fresh soup today! Spicy, but very good, very hearty." And a couple of, "Oh, that was so, Spider's on the menu, boys. And, yeah, what would you guys like to do?
I want a bowl of my spider spirit.
So you flag down a waitress and they bring one out to you. It's better than you expected. It's better than the raw spider you're eating, that's for sure. It's hard to make it worse. But it's a little bit chewy and stringy, the meat itself. But you're eating it raw. Yeah, that's alright. Anyone else want some?
Yeah, sure.
Alright.
What was the innkeeper's name again?
Oscar. Oscar.
I want to go up to him.
He's fairly busy, but you can get his attention.
Oscar, your
He's,
vodka.
Yeah.
You make it.
Which one? The first one?
No. The new
The other one.
The other one. How's your vodka?
Yeah. You tried some of my special reserve.
You don't make that, surely.
Oh, no. I'm talking about the stuff out the back.
You
My
make
special.
reserve.
Yes. So this is the stuff that you tried the first day.
When we first came.
You had a wager with him that you won.
Yeah, about
And he-
drinking it.
Mhm.
Yeah. Listen, I'm something of a brewmaster myself.
Oh.
Pull out like I've got like my brewer's supplies.
Okay.
Back like as proof
Yeah.
that like I actually know.
Oh, yeah.
I'm thinking maybe I could help you. Have a look at your still. Give you a show. Tell you how we do it.
Maybe not right now. We're a little peak time, but maybe after my shift, after we close.
Have a look at your still. Give you some notes.
Was that in character?
Damn right it was.
Yes, it was.
Awesome drinks on the job.
Absolutely. You wouldn't-
All dwarven bartenders do.
So all the humans.
Yeah, I was gonna say, so does every, like, absolutely every,
I've had so many shots of bartenders.
yeah,
Oh, yeah.
every bartender drinks on the job.
Yeah.
Are you trying to persuade him now?
Oh,
to
it doesn't,
brew some?
no, it doesn't have to
Okay.
be now.
Yeah.
I'm just like, as a connoisseur,
Yeah.
I'm curious about his,
If he wasn't, make an insight check.
11.
I mean, an eyebrow went up when you mentioned about, like, trading notes. So you have his interest, but he's very busy.
Yeah.
Sort of like running back and forward, helping in the kitchen. And...
Go have some stew, I'll come back.
All right. I look forward to it. Maybe after, it'll probably be like 3 in the morning. So maybe tomorrow. Or 3 in the morning. I'll be up. Either way.
Excellent. I'll go have some stew. I can't have some stew.
Beautiful. Scarf down some spider leg. Beautiful. Anything else you'd like to do in the Bruised Boulder?
Is there fighting kind of
No, that's sort of a once a week
right?
fight night. Brings in a different
Friday
crowd.
fight night.
Mhm.
Yeah.
Except it's not Friday. I can look up the names, but you can do that later.
Friday.
Friday.
No, there is a calendar now.
Oh.
Days of the week, months, seasons.
Yeah.
Got you covered, but I can tell you that
Yeah.
outside of session.
Yeah, I would have just had one of the barmaids, kind of like, I suppose it would be a usual thing, but ferrying me.
Yeah, bringing you up some
some
fare.
Yeah, like probably an ale like that's imported from where I'm from,
Okay.
just up the road. And when the stew's available, I when she brings me my next ale, I'm like, I'll have a stew.
Beautiful. Gotcha. You're doing great. She sort of like gives you a thumbs up and
Yeah,
heads
I
out
wink and
straight
say
away.
I can do better.
And then turns around. And she comes back very quickly with what you asked for. It is a different sort of salty smell to this beer. It's not quite as thick, a little more refined than the Stonebreak fare. The normal sort of beer they serve, a little bit chunkier, a little bit heartier. But it reminds you of home. It's good. You see a few familiar faces, like just townsfolk that you've crossed paths with. Remus is in there with you still, but he sort of heads off around 8-ish because he has to work in the morning. Anything else? Having some technical difficulties?
So that was, we wanted information.
Yeah, let's recap for everyone.
We wanted information about a couple of things that we're after. So Kincaid.
Hey, wait, let's do this in character.
Sure.
Mental exercise.
Yeah,
You're sitting around in a bar. That's
It's
fine.
late at night.
Yeah, there's a lull in. I've got some random drunk guy up to keep humming a tune I got him on.
The
Yeah.
interlude.
Yeah.
Like, yeah.
And that's all right. Like, you need to take a break to eat
Yeah,
food.
Yeah.
The reason I left my ultra, I'm looking for books, a holy tome, the books of Slate, that was stolen from us. That's why I tracked the thief. His name escapes me. So I have to check.
Had too many vodkas.
This vodka strong. I tracked the thief.
It becomes Borat when he's drinking. I tracked the thing.
Is Austrian.
Austrian
That
is...
can't be right. That can't be right.
You check it.
That can't be right.
You check your notes and you're like,
Like smudge. Yeah. His name is Gimrit. Wait a minute.
Austrian is who you were told to seek out.
It does say.
Yeah.
It says Austrian, halfling smuggler.
Yeah. So you were told that a smuggler named Austrian would be able to help you out.
Yeah, right.
Yeah. So
You have now met Austrian, not the smuggler, but the trader.
yeah. So
And he gave us some info.
Yes, he needed a bit more time to rustle up
So
his contacts and that sort
He
of stuff.
told me he had a contact in Ishar, city, which is the capital city, as we well know.
Which you do
And,
know.
if I go there and speak with the Razolerics family, they might be able to help. But if for more information, he needs time to talk to his contacts.
And there was a favor he wanted you to do.
For the information to escort a delivery to the shop.
Okay.
And Druiden also was looking for someone for information.
Yeah. Well, I might have to pay him a visit as well. I'm also looking for several things.
What were you looking for, Druiden? A seers or something, right?
I have Thurin
You
seers.
asked in, like, everyone asked at the same time.
Yeah.
People who
Spadorn
wrote
asked about the mural.
Glyndolfer Forest, the Chestraki Stride, folk tale of the
Chestraki
seer
Stride.
of the Howling Peak. That's what I don't remember this. I remember you talking about it a bit to us, like not at length, but
essentially the seers were the people that he wrote out in a book that you know
That you came across at
that
some
they
point.
came across like centuries ago, and all they know is that they were from a land far to the west. So rather than just heading west, like in search of the seers, essentially, and they said about the tribe in the forest might have more info.
Mhm. Glyndolfer. This was Ostran's information that he gave you. That the Seers and Glyndolfer might have some info for you.
yeah, the chest, and you were looking for the Chestraki tribe.
Yeah, because they might have info. Like that's what Ostran was.
That's
Well,
what
so
we
the
could.
Chestraki tribe who live in Glyndolfer Forest might have info about the seer of Howling Peak.
Correct.
Yeah.
Or they might be the Seers themselves.
Yeah.
Unclear.
What were you looking for, seer? Can't remember if you told us. I was that lot of vodka.
She's personal.
Fair enough.
Fair.
What about you, Ferris? You ask Ostran questions?
No, I don't think so.
Yes. Asked him to procure children and money, I guess.
Something like that.
Bring me gold and small children, I believe were your words.
Some form.
Lead me to the children.
Lead me to your most poorly guarded orphans.
That's fantastic.
This is no longer family friendly.
The stream, that was when the stream was banned.
Oh, that's why it turned
Yeah,
off.
the computer shut down in self-defense.
Is it all up and running? All good? Excellent.
I'm just going to put that in quotes so I don't forget that.
I will hold on to this.
It's like in the Hidden Creek Roll, wherever they were. It's like, bring me a small child. Like, I need a runner. Bring me a small boy.
Yes,
Like,
actually,
there's a running joke about that.
First.
Yeah, in the campaign 1.
Mm-hmm.
And now we've got one as well.
Oh dear. Beautiful. Yeah. What did you ask him about anything?
I think so. I think I was most because we had the Bloodstone at that point, and that's more or less holding my interest. And like I don't have because I still hadn't gotten a chance to investigate
you
that
hadn't.
yet, so I had no more questions.
We did ask him about that. That was when, because he said go speak to Grumbledorf.
That was
Oh, no,
Spadorn's
that was
question.
Spadorn, sorry.
Asking
not
about the mural.
Yeah, no, I think I asked him if he had smuggled a big red gem or something, and he said no.
Mhm.
I think is what happened. But I think that was my only question about it.
Okay. All right. So what would we like to do? We've had some libations, had some din-dins.
Yeah.
Now spicy. It was good, but you know, not like a chili spice, but like a. Whew, that's got some kick to it. Something in the meat. Dried leg.
Numbs the mouth.
Mm.
Very pleasantly. The way it stings and burns.
Spiced it well.
Yeah.
Like eating jellyfish.
The paralysis is very minor, but it like numbs the mouth. So my tongue tingles.
It looked like a Channing Tatum in 21 Jump Street. Hey, put that tongue back in the mouth. I don't like that.
I don't like that. Put that tongue back in your mouth.
That famous play,
Oh,
21
man.
Jump Street.
I think that's Shakespeare.
21 Jump Road.
Jump Cobblestone Alley.
21 jump lane.
Beautiful. All right.
They have streets.
Yeah, true. That's true. We'll allow it. It's canon now, so we'll have to go see that play soon.
21 jump
The famous bard, Channing Tatum.
Yes.
Maybe Channing Tatum was grim as inspiration.
Yeah, I'll say, pretty sure Channing Tatum, he was on the Mithril Vanguard, wasn't he?
most famous bard. Everyone knows tales.
Famous bard chanting Tatum. And it's canon now. You have to put it in.
Yeah, there's going to be a wiki page about him. It's going to be the biggest wiki page we've
Over
had.
the years, then, in every town, every bard I've spoken to has talked about their love for the famous bard Channing Tatum.
The famous storyteller and actor Channing Tatum.
He brings a tale to life. Alright. What would you guys like to do?
Yeah, I'm just waiting until we go into the room so we can talk.
Okay.
Yeah, I'll maybe just check in with Oscar and see how the night's going, see if he went all right, and if it's kind of quietening down, I'll say, mind if I finish up early and kind of retire up to the room.
Yep. Not an issue. You've brought in a fair chunk of business for him, so.
Yeah. Oh, and how much was that? I'll say, just take out the vodka that the Kincaid took on my tab, take it out of my earnings or whatever it's. Yeah.
Or not. You've brought us a whole bunch. You're good. Keep it up. How long are you staying again?
As long as you'll keep me, as long as I
The main stage?
stay here. Yeah. I mean, I have been quite distracted by this place. I do need to be moving on, and
He starts twirling his beard. Tell me of your woes.
well,
I'm kidding, I'm busy. But, love to have you.
all right. A spare mat so I can have one of my friends stay in my room, split a room if you're busy. Or, no, a mat because they're obviously sleeping on the floor.
Oh.
But
Good point. Yeah, I'll get one of the girls to sort it out. Beauty, good on ya.
all right.
Have a good night. And, hey, Remus! Sort of starts to yell like you can hear them arguing about how big his tab is at this point. He's like, what? No, I didn't have that.
I hopefully he got the 2 gold I slipped him.
Yeah,
when we-
yes, he did. Anyway, not important. So you head up towards Varys's room. Yes. All right,
Cool.
go ahead.
Yeah, in, shut the door. Okay, boys. While I was indisposed in the prison, Captain Tesora came to me and expressed her concerns that there are some corrupt guards and misgivings and so on happening inside the town guard. And she's recruited us at the price of my freedom to investigate as best we can. Remus was kind enough to give us the names of the 2 guards from tonight, which acted at least dishonorably, a little suspiciously, so I suggest we start with them. But we should question the children first, as they may have information from the other side of the transaction we could gather. You know,
I got nothing.
I got nothing. But yeah, someone else should do the talking, as they may be a little unwilling to talk to me. But yeah, I suggest we start with the kids and go from there. So, well, my little pencil mustache.
You are like that other bard. What is his name?
Michael Jackson.
Not as famous as Channing Tatum, but another famous bard.
A bit more infamous, that one.
Oh,
It's always
dear
the
lordy.
buzz.
Anyway.
Anyway,
But
on that note,
Okay. Well, we can handle that tomorrow.
The lowdown. Yeah, should we attempt? I would kind of prefer if we were to go and approach the children at night to get the stone back.
boy.
Earlier is better, I think. Sooner is better.
Wait, you mean like now?
Well,
Wait,
like
wait.
now. Like now. I
Cannot
mean,
wait. You're really.
no, I can't
can't wait.
really
I need to get to
just
these
got
kids.
to
I don't know
get
if
these
I can
kids.
stress that enough, but I need to get to these children. It's truly killing me.
I just cannot wait another second.
No, pretty much. I am just bursting at the seams of my hands.
Have you got a saying about lobsters?
Not for this.
I got nothing.
If only lobsters can't save this one.
But
Okay, well, I mean, we have their exact location. I'm happy to go for a night waltz.
yeah, we know where it is, so yeah.
Just keep your hands off the children.
Got it.
Maybe stay at the back when we're addressing them.
I'll stay lookout in the street or something, and you guys can do the talking. Convince them.
Isn't there like a 100-meter?
There's no school there. It's they're orphans.
All right.
Do you actually like that? Was it just a building?
It was
Was one
tenement
just a
block.
building.
It was like a bunch of
farming
apartments.
area.
It's pretty much buildings like.
Yeah,
But
so
yeah.
I don't know if like what room, whatever. It's
No,
just kind of
Nori
like a block
or
of-
Holly gave
Spud.
Yeah, fourth house on the right.
Fourth house on the right, and they just said they'd made a bed in amongst it, so it might even be like,
just
you know, a bit of a shelter almost for that kind of person.
It's
So
looking like a house.
I was picturing like a roadhouse that people were like just squatting in.
Yeah.
Also,
You have the right idea. It's still like the exterior of the buildings are like they're made of stone. It's a dwarven town. Like everything's fairly well constructed, but not well kept.
Yeah, it's a bunch of like sort of semi-abandoned buildings that people are just squatting in.
And Kanuna's residence was down that way.
Yeah, was she
Along
like
that
across the
street.
street from them?
Yep.
Choosing the right,
Yes, indeed.
Cool.
So if you'd like to head out for that, pardon my French.
light a torch and I don't have dark vision.
That's
on
fine.
our way out, I'll ask Oscar to have some hot baths drawn up for when we come back in our rooms.
Right away. Well, when are you coming back?
Couple of hours.
Hours.
Maximum.
Yeah, look, if we're not back within an hour, start them up.
Okay. And if you don't use them, I will.
Sweet.
And you have to see that.
Just wash the dishes, and then you can eat.
I got you.
You've earned it.
No worries. No more children, please.
No, we're staying away from them, don't worry.
Make a deception check.
22.
He's like, all right. Good on you.
Yeah, it's expertise, so it's
So as you
+7.
as you push through the entrance to the Bruise Boulder, you see Holdak Greenlip, the half elf, half orc guard at the front door, the bouncer. That familiar waft of mint in the air as he's chewing away on something. Evening. Not up to trouble, are we?
Not yet.
Not on your watch.
Nope. Not here.
I've learnt that lesson a few times, haven't I?
You have. But no hard feelings. It's my job. But
As it is my job to entertain.
I mean, you keep me in work, thanks. And he sort of like flexes his arms as bouncers do, just looking as big and imposing. Similar size to Thuridin, like a big lad, slightly wirier, less built like you. But he's a good looking fella. And he's just, alright, look after yourselves.
We'll be back later tonight.
Okay,
Keep the lights on for us.
not a problem.
We got to do many legitimate business.
When you say it like that.
At 3 o'clock in the morning.
Just gotta go see him at the gym.
Just seen a man and have a dog.
Just have to see man and dog.
This new breed.
He just has this puzzled like,
Nowhere, where is your problem?
that is right. Just don't bring it home, please.
No, man dogs die.
Okay. Anyway, and he begins chewing something out of it. A small tin. He takes something out and begins chewing. And you make your way out into the night. Having a torch is kind of required around nighttime. otherwise it's seen as sort of like,
Dodgy.
yeah, a little bit dodgy to be skulking in the dark. As you can see, along the walls on the outskirts of the town,
Yeah. Oh,
on
actually,
the lookout posts.
I have a lantern. We can light that lantern.
Yeah.
Instead of, because it's saber torches.
Yep. Save a torch, light a lantern.
Yep. And it's a bit more
And
fancy.
you make your way through the town. There's not too much foot traffic out. It's probably 10-ish. Early night, but it is like a midweek sort of deal. And you make your way across through the market. It's interesting to see it all, deserted compared to how it was during the day. Some lingering scents and stuff from where food's been spilled and all that sort of jazz. But you make your way out of the market district and up towards the slums in the northwest of the town. And there's just sort of rows of housing. And you head down the street that you got the sort of idea that this is about where it is. And make a perception check. Sure.
It's horrible for me. 9.
16,
13.
15. Okay. So fairly solid. The 2 moons are up, and there's a good bit of light in the sky, so it's fairly easy going, especially with a torch. You can see details of about where you are, and you sort of count the divisions between doorways and the next tenement. And you head down. The 4th one along has a fairly sturdy wooden door. There's like wooden siding between each place, some sort of like a small backyard or something like that between each building. So you come to the door and there is wooden siding to the left of that, which is where you saw the little one slip away. Someone saw it, I remember. One of them slipped in through like some sort of doorway or something to about where their nest would be. What do you want to do?
I mean, they're expecting the contact, so I guess. Knock on the door.
Okay.
Because we told them.
Yeah,
Oh, he's
Spud.
on the-
Spud.
Yeah.
And they said they-
Can I go across to the other side of the street? Is there somewhere I can sort of hide?
It's fairly just like a straight.
Yeah, like there's no anything. Like Canuna doesn't have a front porch.
There would be some broken down boxes and barrels and stuff out the front of some houses, yeah.
I'm just looking for something to sort of kind of sit behind and post up with the crossbow.
Okay, beautiful. Good idea.
One of the children might make a run for it.
So you guys shoot with the crossbow.
Are they going to
Pow.
Do you guys have a
Yes.
Yeah.
Gotcha.
Okay. So you knock on the heavy wooden door. There don't appear to be any lights on inside, and you don't hear any movement or anything of that sort.
Would Spud have filled us in on like their names and that?
I was thinking, should we have Spud with us?
Well, he went back
We have
home.
Spud.
You wouldn't pass through the door.
But if do they know that?
He's a dwarf. He can just say that.
We're cousins.
Yeah.
I don't know if you've got like a family sigil or
I
something.
do, yeah. I've got a signet ring.
I might do.
I mean, we're different families, but
Different clan.
Do they know that?
Depends on the heritage.
Worst case scenario, it failed.
But no answer to your knocking.
okay. So can we maybe investigate this, like the kind of wooden sliding you were saying that maybe they snuck through?
Yes, make an investigation check.
19.
19. So the wooden siding is like, it's fairly solidly made, but there is a small like, it's almost like a dog door kind of deal, but it opens horizontally rather than vertically. It looks like it's seen some use, but it's sort of real low to the ground, which is why you spotted it. The other two may have overlooked it.
Yeah.
But yes, it is very small.
Yeah. I'll get down and I'll just chuck my head through.
Okay, all right.
Here's Rich.
You peep your head through, and boom, like it's closed shut. Like there's something like
Right.
either barring it or holding it closed.
Okay, I'll do a little knock on it and kind of whisper, a bit of a stage whisper, so it travels through, but kind of like, would Spud have told us their names, or maybe not?
We can say yes.
Because we were hanging around in the
tavern for a bit.
Yeah.
in the tavern and in the jail even before.
Yeah, sure, that's fine.
All right, so I'll say, that kind of stage right. Holly, Nori,
Yep.
you awake?
And you hear sort of like sleepy.
We're here about a stone you should have ready. I'm a friend of that dwarf guy you met. We're cousins, actually.
I don't know where we've put it. Someone's moved it as far as I can see. It's not in here. But if you come through, you can't come through. You might need. This is sort of like through the door, through the wood. You might need to come through the door and come in. It's probably locked, but I can't really unlock it. I'm too short.
I got a good boot.
Okay. Try not to break it if you can.
I might know someone who can be a little less forceful than a boot.
Okay. Right, see you in a second.
All right. So, bad news. They can't find the stone, but they've invited us in through the main door that is locked, that they don't have a key for. They've invited us in, so I feel like if we get Varys to pick the lock, if that's something he's good at, we can make the argument it's not breaking and entering. We were invited in.
And just they lost the key. We were helping them. We are like
Locksmiths.
locksmiths.
Yeah. And they get paid a fortune.
Pro-bono locksmiths.
Yeah, we're doing a service for the city.
They should pay us.
Varys.
So you skulk your way over
This could look bad.
out of the shadows. Varys is like blending in very well.
Skulking across.
Yeah, and you are picking.
I'm imagining the villain out of Meet the Robinsons, like with like a whole hat and
15. 15 is exactly the DC. So you sort of, and then manage to push the last tumbler up, and the door is open.
I hurry back across the street.
All right, yeah, I'll lantern in first and kind of take a little look around, make sure there's no one waiting to whack us, and then
To make a perception check.
I don't know why I'm the one always looking. 7.
There's no light inside. Your lantern illuminates a very Spartan space. It appears that someone does live there, but there is nobody home at the moment.
All right. Step on in.
Follow him, step on in.
Following in?
I assume I have to squeeze a bit to get through doorways in this town.
Yeah, a little bit.
I'll say
I
they're
can
wide,
fit,
but
but then I can fit, but it's a bit of
Yeah.
like Gandalf going into Bilbo's house, like I'm always like banging my head on.
Yeah. Yes, so you squeeze into the space, and it's stone flags on the floor, one window, and there's very little in there, like a little kitchenette, a table, like dining, obviously. There is a fireplace and a water barrel for, storing water, and a bed, like a cot, fairly well made.
So I guess I'd go over to where I guess they would be. Like if we've walked in, like I'll go over to where I think they.
Yep. So the western wall.
Yeah.
So along that you've got like what looks like maybe a coat rack, something like a hook to hang clothing on, a fireplace, a water barrel, and the table is sort of adjacent.
All right. Any windows or anything out to that? Maybe a little.
The window is at the back, like pretty much directly across, so not on the western wall.
Yeah. Okay. I'll just knock on the western wall then, I guess.
you knock on it, and it's solid stone.
Oh, okay, yeah. Alright, we're here.
Who's this to?
The kids.
Okay. They can't hear you through the stone.
Alright.
No response, basically.
Yeah, so, what does this stone look for? What do we
can't get through, like, tap around on it. Is there any, like, hollow sounding?
Make an investigation check. I'll give you advantage with the others sort of looking around with you. The solid wrap of stone as you... Like, they all sound pretty solid from what you can see. Make a perception check while you post it up.
It's a 2.
It's a beautiful night.
I'm just gonna like do a heavy hit on the wall that he was investigating, just like a hammer twist against it.
Mm-hmm. It's solid stone.
Go back out.
So I'll ask the kids. I'll run back out.
Yeah.
Alright, we're in. What now?
What do you mean?
Well, we're in the house. What now?
I don't live in there.
What? Why did you tell us we'd have to go around?
Should be a way through. I'm not sure. The man that lives there, he normally lets us in. There's a doorway somewhere. It's in the wall somewhere.
Also, going on, just like a little look around the street, see if like there's anyone rushing the house below.
Make a perception check.
Jesus.
So as you're sort of looking out, you do see patrols sort of going around the place. Not so much up in the slummy end, but you do see, pairs of guards occasionally, and you see their torchlight in the dark, but nothing really comes up this way that you've seen.
Okay.
Alright, I'll walk back into King Chaos. Well, they said there's a door in the wall, but, they're kids, they don't pay attention to stuff, so...
I want to go inside and like feel
Yeah.
low along like the ground, see if there's anything like on the bottom half of the wall, like any sort of crack to indicate like a doorway or something that could open up.
Make a perception check.
Especially investigation.
Oh, investigation, sorry. Yep. Good call. Nothing that you can find. It feels solidly mortared and well built, that's for sure.
So there was a code rack.
There is.
I just blown it. So is it like a secret latch?
Seems like a normal coat rack.
Thought I had it.
Is there anything else like a, lamp on the wall, bookcase, anything like that?
Along this wall in particular?
Just
There's... Oh,
like, I would want to go around the room and kind of look at anything like a lamp, like in the movie. It's always like the classic, like a candlestick thing, or looking at like the books.
a very
and,
suspicious
like,
gargoyle head on the
yeah,
wall.
or there's like a book that isn't dusty in the dusty bookshelf, like, all that sort of
No,
stuff.
there is no bookshelf. There's just a table, looks like a dining table for one, a chair, a bed, kitchenette, fireplace, water barrel.
Does the fireplace swing around?
There's no one on the bed.
Does the fire-
Wait, make a perception check.
Does the fireplace spin around?
It feels like a fireplace to your touch. Would you like to investigate the fireplace?
Yep.
Okay.
15.
The fireplace does not swing around to the touch. You feel along sort of like the inside lip of the brick. None of them feel false or anything.
Is that the bed pushed against the wall?
The bed is on the eastern wall.
So like
Yeah, where you would expect the door to be.
Go background, tell them to knock where door is.
is the wall wood?
No.
Go tell kids knock where door is.
Great idea. You've done this before, haven't you?
No.
Yes.
You're talking to the wrong man.
Alright. I'll run back out.
Okay.
Alright. We're having trouble finding the door. Can you just like bang on where the door is from your end, and we'll listen on our end.
Okay. And she sort of unlatches the little head hole that you wanted to poke your head through. Oh, you're pretty. What? Sorry, what? I'm just waking up.
Just can you knock on where the other door is that's into the house, because we can't find it.
Okay. And so you can see like there's like a wooden siding that sort of keeps the wind out, so they're enclosed in a small space, and you can see a small it's like a dog bed on the floor, pretty much, where these two kids sleep, and you see the other one curled up under a blankie. But Holly stands up and goes through another flap in that wooden siding and begins tapping on the stone, and you can barely hear it from where you are. On the inside of the room,
Sitting there with
they're not
ear
strong
pressed
enough
up
to
against-
make a noise through solid stone, not dwarven stone. But you do hear her she's a little further down the hallway.
Which you have.
Okay, yeah, wait.
Tell okay, she sounds like she's about there.
Can you see all the way inside it?
No,
She's
crawled
gone
through
through
another
another flap.
Okay, how about okay. Holly, come back here. Come back here. All right.
You hear the little, and then she flaps through.
All right. I don't know if that's going to be loud enough, but that's okay. What about if we go out the window in the guy's house to the backyard? Can we get in through the back behind you guys and meet in the backyard? Can you just come out the flap and...
I just kind of when she's talking, you and
Come into the house and show us.
Yeah.
She doesn't live in the house. She lives.
But she's gone through the wall into the house.
Yes, before.
so she knows.
So she tell us where she comes out.
Yeah.
Be like, this is the
You'll have to talk to her. But the window is on the north wall, so not into the small space.
All right. Well, yeah, I guess then I'll... All right, how about... Let's save us all some time. You just come out here and come show us where the door is on the inside, and then we can all be happy.
You're not gonna snatch me, are you?
No. That man's...
Pinky swear? She pokes a little arm out, this tiny little pinky.
Pinky swear, pinky swear.
Okay.
I'll even shout you and your brother a hot bath. Let's get this ball moving. The alcohol's wearing off.
Okay. All right. And so she sort of scampers out, and getting a look at her in the torchlight, she's pretty filthy, unkempt hair. Doesn't get a hot bath very often, so that might be good incentive. She comes through the door and goes sort of the wall between the edge of the fireplace and where the water barrel is in the corner, and slapping on the brick and
Alright, well that's a start.
on the stone, sorry.
Yeah.
Yeah, well, yeah. Give her a hand looking for it.
Okay. Can I go back to bed? I'm tired.
Yeah, just... Alright, how about this? So what happened to the stone? Who else has access to the stone besides you and your brother?
Tell us what happened to the stone.
Yeah,
You had
that's...
stone?
Can you try to tap it again?
Yeah. That's my little second.
Well, we're gonna have a long rest.
Yeah, it's night. It's bedtime.
So-
Yeah.
Let me see what I can do. So you cast locate object, hold on to the symbol, and it's sort of smoke comes up out of it and goes up and goes in. His eyes are glowing green, sort of looking around.
Yep. And so looking where you are, it's sort of panning around. You don't see it in the vicinity, but
It sensed
you can feel it sort of in front of you, but through the earth somehow.
Yeah, as long as the object is within 1,000 feet.
Yep.
So I can locate a specific object,
Yep.
up to 1,000 feet.
So its presence is nearby. You're kind of facing
I
it
know,
where you
I
face
know
them.
the direction.
Yep.
Yeah, so I start.
Direction of the backyard.
Is it so? Yeah. Is it if I'm facing towards the backyard? Or
Yep. So
whatever,
looking at that western wall, it's there but down.
as in down in the earth. God, it seems downwards. Let's holy. Do you know if there's a a cellar basement.
You're big. And she like reaches up and twangs one of your little spines on your shelf.
Or maybe you're just very small.
I am.
Maybe both. You like vodka?
I like what?
No, wait.
That one's froth with children.
What about vodka? Yeah. What about fruit? Yes, some dry fruit.
Oh, thank you. And she sort of like eats half.
Like pawpaw, couple
Yeah.
of pawpaw spears.
She sort of like splits anything that you've given her, eats some, and then pockets the rest.
I'm hungry. Got to eat
And
your
she readily,
pawpaw
like-
spears to grow big and strong.
Thank you. Sorry, what did you ask?
Is there a cellar basement? Something like that.
Probably.
Do you know if you've been there? Have you seen it? Do you know if there's a manhole? Anything like that?
I do.
Cellar door?
I hear footsteps going down, but I've never seen it.
Alright. Let's tear this place
We
apart.
will have.
Yeah, well,
Is it? You said it was a window looking out to the backyard.
Looking to the north, you guys are investigating the western wall.
So that's where you're keen on the western side.
Yeah.
Yeah, can I kind of like, was there a door in the western?
The fireplace and stuff is along the western wall. So you've walked in the room. Looking left is about where you're trying to find.
Okay, is it like across and down?
Yes.
Like I'm trying to, so like I'll walk across, if I walk across and basically stand next door, is it like directly down or is it still across a bit?
Sort of across and down.
Okay.
Potentially make an intelligence check. It may be below the house next to this house.
So yeah, the one to the, if I'm standing in the street facing it, the one to the left.
Correct.
Okay, cool. I think it might be on the next house over from where it seems. I don't know where it's spelled. I don't know if I get like a distance. Describe when he sense the direction to the object's location as long as the object is within 1,000 feet. No, so it doesn't tell me. Okay, it just says
Direction.
that way. Just a
Yeah.
big glowy arrow.
Yeah.
Just lights up on the HUD.
Yeah. So you know a general direction. You know western wall somewhere.
Yeah, so I'll communicate that. Maybe we'll try the next house.
okay.
You doing anything while you're outside? Keeping a watch?
Just looking around.
An owl sort of like lands on the roof. Woo. Looking around. After that chunky brew that you drank, I'd say you wouldn't be that hungry. But no guards have come up this way, you can see.
I'll make my way out and go to the next house over.
I'll go
Like
as
the
well,
door
right?
open or
No.
Does it look occupied? Like, does it look like another one of these like abandoned buildings
It
with
looks
squatters?
less kept than the one that you're currently in. Yeah,
So even more abandoned than the one that we were just in.
correct.
Before I go out, I want to just like try and put anything we've moved back
Okay.
as to like as close as it was.
Just so
And
you,
just to make sure that like
yeah.
you know it doesn't look like there was anyone here as much as possible.
All right. So time saver. There's nothing in the house adjacent. It's bare. But remembering that Holly did tell you that there was a doorway somewhere, so you're on the right track.
Yeah, so tidy up in there.
Yeah,
cover our tracks
you
kind
sort of
thing.
like go in there.
Like-
I don't think there's anything in here.
Yeah. Okay.
So first house is where we're.
You're in the right area.
Yeah. So that was the abandoned house that we like the next door one. And
Yeah.
when I go and stand there, is it like basically straight down from that?
Yeah.
All right. Let's.
can I like
does-
peek out the back window? Like any sort of like cellar door.
Yeah,
So-
that's what I was thinking, like a backyard.
Out the back window, you can see another street, pretty much
Okay, so
identical.
it's just street to street. There's no like
Yeah.
backyard or anything.
The backyard is where,
It's the side.
yeah, where
Yeah,
they
okay.
live, where
Is
live Holly and Nori are.
is the Stormbreak have a sewer system?
Does Stonebreak have a sewer system?
Anything
No, I
old?
would say no.
Old catacombs, I don't know, anything like that.
Make a history check.
Is it
You're
about?
from here, so I
Yeah.
was like,
Is it about stone?
Sure.
Because I get expertise then apparently. So 10 plus 4 plus 1 plus 1?
15?
15.
Nothing that you can think of.
Yeah.
Maybe the mines. Do the mines come out of this part of town?
I mean, it's hard to know. Mine tunnel, you know,
They go
dwarves been
everywhere,
mining for centuries. Tunnels get dug and then forgotten about, and they're everywhere. Half of mining is knowing where to dig.
How will we know?
It's a cellar. It's something.
And they wouldn't hear footsteps from house over. Footsteps must have been in house we were just in.
Yeah. Is
Most gnomes have crazy hearing.
Have you checked under the bed?
I was gonna say, is there a rug or anything we?
Oh, bed on the opposite side of the house. I'm gonna check.
Bed is on the opposite side.
But it still may be worth it in case it's stairs.
There aren't any rugs.
I'll go to the can I like pull everything out of the fireplace? Like the other logs and things inside that I can just pull out and see if there's anything.
Logs that don't
Not cleaning this up.
appear
I
to
can-
have been burnt in a little while.
Okay.
So they're fairly old ashes. But you give it a solid like scrape out, cover your hands in ash and dust.
I'll prestidigitation that to get the
Beautiful.
ash off, so we don't leave fingerprints in that.
But nothing in the fireplace.
Pull chain up at the chimney.
Under the bed?
Squiz under the bed. You
I
can see
don't
it from the
squeeze.
doorway.
I can't squeeze under the bed, but I get down.
I said squiz, but yeah.
Oh,
that's all
sorry.
right. No, nothing under the bed.
It was between the fireplace and what?
The water barrel in the
Barrel.
corner.
That's where the little door is somewhere.
Yeah.
Let's just.
I'll move the water barrel.
Give it a go. Roll an athletics check.
Can I'll see what he's maybe trying to attempt and give him a hand.
With advantage, thanks to. Yeah.
Make that 19.
Ayo.
You are unable to move the water barrel for some reason. It doesn't have a top. You can see water's in there.
Can I reach into it here?
You can. You get your arm wet up to like maybe to your shoulder. It's a
Feeling like lashes or anything that can.
nothing inside the barrel, but
What about the outside? Like, is there like a spigot? You know, the tap.
no, it's more of a like scoop
dunk.
scoop
Yeah, one.
sort of
Is
deal.
there anything on the outside of it?
Make an investigation check.
4.
Looks like a water barrel. Make an investigation check.
Oh, this water. This water's
Would you
wet.
like to make an investigation?
Do I see anything on that? 15.
That'd be better.
16.
You don't so much see anything as kind of seems strange to you that you can't move it. So pulling doesn't seem to move it at all. Yeah, you're trying to pull it.
Oh,
and
yeah?
It doesn't move anyway.
We can lift it.
What about
Same sort of thing.
press?
It feels like it may be affixed to the ground in some way. Doesn't do anything if you push it downwards.
Turn it, rotate it.
Prod.
You twist the water barrel, and it moves easier than it should, with all the weight that's in it. And you hear a little click, and a small doorway in the wall opens.
Before we go clean.
Not so small.
Yeah, I'll clean
it's
that up.
kind of like a 6-foot doorway. Like it just slides very smoothly.
Beautiful. I'll quickly throw the logs back in. I'll like
Make it-
prestidigitation and stuff to
Okay.
clean up the fireplace. So again, it looks like we haven't been there.
Okay, make a dexterity check just to see how well you do.
1.
You just
Yes, I just throw them all back in.
Yep.
A few presses.
Prestidigitation.
Good as new.
everyone's clean.
He's on holiday. He won't even notice. He doesn't remember how he left his house.
So, as this doorway is open, you can see the wall of the next building, the abandoned one, ahead of you. But leading down beneath this building, there is a small opening in the floor, and there is a stairway leading down.
All right.
It's pitch black in there.
Not with the lantern.
Yeah, I'll get the lantern out and I'll
So, Varys, from across the road, you would hear them sort of like heaving and trying to move the water barrel, and then you would hear ha, and they sort of.
Whistle you over.
Yeah.
Stick the head
Just,
out.
one quick look on both sides of the street. Nothing.
Perception check?
That's 12.
Seems quite.
The little sign where the kids are hiding out, is there like gaps in there?
No, it's fairly tightly
Is there like a space for a coin to slip
under, maybe.
Yeah, sure.
Not like anywhere else, but maybe under.
Yeah, sure. I would just want to go over and slip 2 gold pieces under.
Okay. Slide it into there. Beautiful.
I
Everything's got
say,
a price.
so they're gonna be rich because I was literally about to give them 2 gold as well and send Holly back to bed.
Gold, pawpaws, ideas. They took me at all.
Inside. And
Okay.
then shut the door behind me and lock it.
All right. So you close the door finally.
Yeah, true.
Because you guys have just been with your lantern out,
Yeah.
clanking around. So as you step, like it's probably like 2 meters across. It's a very slim sort of courtyard. And there's a wooden wall to the left, which you have seen Holly slip through.
Yep.
And she sort of pokes her head through. Oh, you found it.
We made it. Thank you very much. And
You're
I'll,
welcome.
yeah.
I wouldn't be able to do that. I'm too small. Anyway.
Very small.
I'll go back to bed now.
Yeah, I'll press 2 gold coins into her hand. And I'll say,
They're like as big as her palm.
Yeah.
So.
I'll say, there's a hot bath and a warm meal for you and your brother. If you go see Oscar at the Bruised Boulder, he might not be too open to kids coming in, but if you tell him you're friends with Ricky, he'll accommodate you to a warm meal and
She
a bath.
just slack jaw looking at you like hasn't seen that amount of money in a while.
Yeah, she'll figure it out.
And she's like, I can't usually get in the big man.
Yeah, tell him Ricky sent you and guaranteed you that you'd get a warm bath and a warm meal.
Tell him this is the business.
Oh no, he will know what we mean.
Okay. Thank you. And she sort of, you can hear her excitedly, Murray, you can have a bath and eat.
And then there's the other 2 that he slid under.
What? There's more.
It's like Easter, like.
As they go towards their exit doorway. Yeah, so you are now standing looking at a dark stone stairwell leading at a fair angle down into the earth. What would you like to do?
Hold up my lantern and
Okay.
I'll go back. Secret still.
Which
Now we are guessing.
party order?
do you want to lead?
I'll lead.
Yep, you're pretty big and
I've got
intimidating.
lanterns as well.
Yeah.
Really need the lantern.
Yeah.
You know,
Well, I'll stand behind you with the lantern then.
yeah.
And then I'll go behind you.
Yep. And then you're in the back.
Right at the back.
Perfect.
That's at the back. Alrighty. So you begin going down these stone stairs. And it sort of echoes in the stone stairwell. And you come down to a hefty wooden doorway. This is what was happening the whole time we were doing Against the Giants. There was BGM going on, and so much of it would have made you go, I like it, but no stuff. Let's do something more creepy. Where's creepy?
I mean, that was relatively.
I'll say there's creepier.
Okay.
That was somewhat. No, I mean, if you got different ones.
I've got more creepy.
I'll say, where are those ones where Tristan did that, like you know,
Oh, no, that's for the good times. That's not a bad times one.
That's a happy good fun times.
Happy fun times. So you get to the bottom of maybe 200 stairs. You're going deep.
Are we still getting that golden arrow in the right direction?
Slightly.
I'm assuming that I'd be if it suddenly went off in a different direction.
Yeah, so it's getting more level with where you're walking to, and once you get to the bottom of the stairs,
It lasts for 10 minutes.
it's fairly straight ahead.
So,
There is a thick wooden door, like iron banding holding it all together.
is it?
Can I just...
You can try it.
Is it just at the foot of the stairs?
There's like
Does it open
a
into
small
little
landing and
empty-
then
yeah.
door.
Can I try to push it?
You can try it. Give it a go. Make a strength check.
It'd probably be athletics, which you're
I'm
probably
athletic,
proficient in.
yeah. Oh, yeah.
Be what, 6 plus 6 or 7?
I got plus 6 for athletics, plus 4 for strength. That's me anyway.
Yep.
That's one way to do it. So as you turn the handle and push, the handle pushes into the door itself, and yeah, it does. And you take 12 piercing damage as a small blade penetrates your hand in place
Like
of the
it's
door
in
handle.
the handle and you just...
You just pushed it straight through your own hand with a big push as well, and it's just and you. I'm sorry, you didn't check it for traps.
I'll pull his arm off the spike.
He gets, and then absolutely welling blood and just dripping out.
Oh, it's like a snack. Do you have these donuts?
Make a perception check there, Varys.
Well, yeah, it's like...
Or investigation.
No, for investigation, that's fine.
Okay. Anyone else? You can investigate the door if you want.
Yeah, if you can show me how the trap works, maybe.
Well, when you push door handle,
Spike.
handle go in, spike not go in. Like imagine if you hold knife and then push hands.
So I'm wondering,
staring at the
what kind of door handle is it? Like just one of those like
Like
circular
a
or?
round door handle, like one
Yeah.
that you would grasp.
Yeah. So I'm wondering.
If some other public...
Yeah, I'll try and.
It's a twisty, so when you twisted it, that sort of engaged it.
Yeah,
and
it's like if you're
when you
twisted trying to
pushed-
push the door open, it's.
Yeah.
I'll try and check out the mechanism of the handle. That's pretty good. 19.
On a 19, you would be able to tell that it actually twists both ways, and not the normal way. Well, that way.
Yeah. A trick door handle. I've seen many of these in my time, so just twist it the other way next time, big fella. You'll be right.
Yeah, this massive hole in his hand. You can see him shaking with like pain. Add another scar to the tally.
Yeah. He's got like a 20 face all over his arm.
Oh jeez.
The red is just covered in scars.
Yeah,
There's
okay.
another one.
He's got a whited eye from like a scar across the eye. He's missing parts of his ear, like he's.
Very battle hardened.
Yeah.
You'd have
You
some
spend a long
stories.
time in the wild.
Yeah. Alright, so yeah, I'll twist it the other way.
The other way, and it makes a small click, and you push it.
Yep.
And no, I'm kidding. You feel it sort of unlatch from the wall.
Yeah, this time poison.
It unclicks, like so. The mechanism retracts, and the door swings open. And the lantern light illuminates it's probably 60 feet across, rectangular room, like a cellar,
Yep.
all stone. Make a perception check. You're in front. No, you're in front.
Oh, yeah, he just opened the door, so I guess he's in.
Yeah, I suppose I'll probably open it, like kind of
Sort of
stepped
push
in, holding
past
it
while he's
open.
like,
Yeah. Hold it open for everyone to
Can
come
I make
in.
it through so I can see over his tiny body?
11.
It's
I guess I'd be able to.
12.
yeah, you'd all be able to see fairly well.
1.
It makes sense. He's
You're at the back. That makes
Yeah.
sense. Dude, those dice.
And he's got a giant turtle on it.
Yeah, can you see past me? You're like trying to look.
Superior dark vision just burns a hole through
Yeah.
it.
I can see
Just
every
Superman's
detail in
X-ray
your
vision.
shell. So as you peek through the doorway, are you like going into the room, or are you just looking from the outside?
Oh, no, yeah, I'd step in, hold the door, let everyone fan in, and then
Check
kind of.
trap, check trap.
Yeah, I was going to urge caution.
Okay, you can do that. Whoever's
He's already put one in.
What about second? We've had first trap, yes. What about second trap?
But also, like, this man has to access this cellar. Do you really think he's gonna?
Okay, holy hands. Off you go.
I'll just start wandering around.
okay.
I'm looking for any mead barrels in the cellar.
Okay. Looking for what, sorry?
Like mead barrel, like wine barrels, you know, like what you
Okay.
keep in a cellar.
So as you step into this cellar space, directly to your left there are piles of Hessian bags, like sacks, all empty. You can see writing desk, like a cabinet, fairly nice make, with papers scattered and a seat at it. There is a small fireplace to the right of this chair and table, and there's some bookshelves in the corner. Yeah, looks like someone's study or hideaway.
Take a couple of steps in. Where's does the arrow move? Seems to be like
It's
pointing to
pretty
somewhere
much
in the room.
dead straight on towards the desk.
Yeah, okay. I think unless there's more chambers, I think we are. I think it might be the desk. Better to have a look, make sure it's not trapped.
I've got a mage hand now,
Yeah.
so
That too.
I can try and open the desk.
Go for it.
Cool.
So, are you just trying to like open drawers and stuff? Like, there's
Yeah.
2 drawers slung under either side
Yeah,
of the
so
chair.
yeah, with all of us at least 20 feet
Yeah,
away.
I'll have a quick. I'll have a look at it before he does it and see if I can see.
Make
You
an
know,
investigation
tripwires,
check.
springs,
Go for it.
gears, whatever. What was it? Investigation.
Yep.
11.
Doesn't appear to be any traps that you can see.
You can see anything but
Well, yeah, we all back up my mage hand and then go to open the first drawer.
Okay, so the drawer slides open, and doesn't appear to be in there. It's an empty drawer.
I'll leave that drawer open and then
Okay.
yank the other one.
Other one. So as you open that one, there appear to be quills and ink supplies and that sort of stuff. There is a small ledger and just some more parchment and that sort of stuff, writing implements.
Mage hand to pick up the ledger
Mhm.
and then bring that over to me.
Alrighty. Good stuff.
Okay, cool. Just crank it open. What am I looking at?
Make an intelligence check just to see if you can make sense.
That's a nat 3, so that's a 4 in total. Can I read?
What actually is happening?
I've suffered serious brain damage.
I reckon it's the dice track.
So it's not so much your brain isn't broken. It's written in shorthand. So this is someone's shorthand something. Hard to make head.
Listen, I'm a clerk.
Right, this is
Let me have it.
Let the alabaster scribe do his thing.
Let the keepers of the crystals crack over. Oh no, this is.
I got
This
no.
is written in no language known to humanity to anything.
Nice.
Yeah. 4. So, what was it? 5.
Could you technically be?
Would I be able to?
Intelligence.
Would this be like calligrapher's supplies? Using like my proficiency for that? It says
No.
writing and knowing shorthand and
Not so much
calligraphy and stuff.
calligrapher. It's more of like trying to make sense of
Deciphering.
something.
Have a
Cipher.
peek at like what Kincaid reading seems like.
Yep. So you're all sort of having a look. You can
Yeah.
I'm
roll-
gonna check false bottoms in the
Okay.
drawers.
do this first.
That's a 15.
Nice.
Doesn't make a lot of sense to you. It's fairly well encoded. Whatever they've done to it.
What's it say?
However, what you can make out are there are like dates in there. They are ciphered a bit, but there are dates and what look like values.
So it's probably what the kids have stolen and how much, like on what date and how much everything would cost.
Oh, sale ledger.
Yeah. Yeah. Probably how much from what the kids stole, the money.
On a 15, it's the values are notably higher than, like one person's stealing, unless they're very good at what they do.
Right.
You would get the idea that this is potentially more than one person.
Sticking up for the army of children.
All the orphans and.
Oh, the orphans, yeah.
I mean, yeah.
Possibly. Like if I click on the pages, just read us
Similar
dates and
dates. Looking through, there are some variations, but not much.
Okay.
Well, hold on to that, I reckon.
Can I take a ball bearing and just roll it down the length of the room towards the bookcase?
Sure. It clatters along the stones. Nothing springs. Hold up. You wanted to look for false bottoms.
Yeah, because they're both kind of empty, but like he said that it appears to be in the desk, so
Yep.
I'll just check for false bottoms.
Make
Start
an
with that empty
investigation
one.
check.
19. Jeez.
And the empty one, it doesn't sit quite flush, and there does appear to be some sort of false bottom. So you manage to like prise it out. You need to get some sort of chisel or something, or try and find
Yeah, I get a little dagger
a
and
release. But yeah,
Just contains that.
well, you prise it out. Not too much.
Yeah.
Not
Got
too
like
much
Lady
issue.
Deathstroke nails.
And inside you find a small red gem.
Is this the one?
You've only seen it once, but you're like,
Locate objects, just like.
We should.
I was going to say too. Do you know what it is? I can probably figure that out right here.
How long is it?
I think like either. Well, if I ritual 10.
Why don't we take it back?
Yeah,
I'm
okay.
going to pull out Kanuna's magic pocket thing and just.
okay. So as you spark your fingers, you feel a strange like resistance, like a pull where your hands are, and you tear open this little rectangle in space, and inside it's like damp clay in this small space. And so you put that in there, and it sort of just closes up, and you're like, "Ooh." And remembering this small arcane wire has a leather strap around your wrist, but the arcane wire is kind of melded to your fingertips. So you've got almost what looks like tattooing with these intricate arcane lines up your
At
arm.
least I can't lose it.
Yeah.
Because that would suck.
That is a cool trick.
This is one of Kanuna's wares.
Yeah.
The first of many, hopefully.
Strange things.
Well, you guys said it was all knickknacks and.
That's a nickname.
Yeah,
It's a
but,
useful nickname.
but that's an awesome knick-knack.
I was going to say knick-knack was bad.
Yeah. Look, I'll spruce and sell whatever she's making to get my hands on some of them. Yes, it will take me 10 minutes, by the way.
I don't know if we do barrel. Is there alcohol in there?
There's no barrels.
That's all. I was looking for barrels because that's what I was like. That's what you keep in a cellar,
Yeah.
right? But
There's no
yeah,
barrels in
it's
this.
more a study.
Yep. Sure thing. Go for it. Were you also looking at the bookcase?
Yeah.
I was
You-
also
Okay, go for it. In future, let's just make one roll at advantage.
Yeah, just whoever has the highest bonus.
Yeah, that was a 4.
What's this?
What's wrong with your dice?
What's this? This
Poor
investigation.
bugger.
Start rolling like here.
Yeah, I'll try.
Yeah,
Yeah,
try a different flick. Try just letting go of it.
This is the investigation.
Yes.
16.
Okay. So there are a number of fairly dusty, old, unused books. There are tomes of a little bit of history, dry sort of books about the region. You find another ledger similar to what Varys found, older though, and while you're sort of like looking through, mark it off. While you're looking through, you do flick a book out, and you hear a small click.
Hey,
I've seen this play. Just like in the famous play.
Anastasia.
Open book door, Sesame.
You're gonna have to come up with a whole theatre system on it. Open book door play.
Call it
Is Channing in that one too?
The Wallyhood play. Or
Holy.
With Channing Tatum, right?
yes, Channing Tatum. He
All
plays
right.
Wally in the hood.
So as you felt that click, it feels like this bookcase may be slightly looser.
Yeah, can I kind of like? Oh, I think. Hang on. I see. Does it do the swing? Does it do the swing?
No, it doesn't pivot. It may slide.
Oh, okay.
So
Well,
it's sort of
do
coming
that
on
a little
a
bit.
runner.
Just before I complete the slide, is it any of the other books? Anything in particular?
Nothing else that grabbed your attention. Some empty ones as well. Like it's not like shockers, but there are a few in there.
Yeah, sure. Slide it across.
Okay. What books did you pocket so I know what I need to?
The
I took the ledgers.
Both,
I,
yeah.
The other ledger.
yeah, I just took
Both
You got your
ledgers.
own ledgers?
Yeah.
Times 2.
Excellent.
Yeah,
None of the
unless there was
history.
unless there was another. Not if it's specifically. Actually, was there any of the anything? Depends on the kind of history, but possibly if there was stuff that looked like it might have information about the pre-Stonebreak ruins that we found the mural and stuff in for Spudorn.
Okay.
I'd probably grab a couple of
So flicking through.
yeah,
the-
I'd like open it up and be like, if this isn't anything to do with that, but like if it's just like, you know, history of Stonebreak kind of stuff, but if it's something that goes like way back or talks about something, yeah, I might grab it.
Okay.
Or like remembering what the murals and stuff look like
Yeah.
and the stonework and that.
They're not picture books, that's for sure.
But like descriptions and
Yeah,
stuff,
yeah.
I'm just like kind of skimming a couple of them.
Yep. Thumbing these pages with
Yeah.
well-practiced ease.
Yeah.
You find one book that might have like information about Stonebreak itself. Not, it might have info. You
Yeah,
have to
what's
give
it
it a
called?
proper
What's
read.
it called? What's
Uh,
the name?
The history of Stonebreak.
History. Yes, I take that one.
Other than that, like it's a fairly thin little
Yeah.
book, handwritten, but
Yeah, I'll
might
take
have
that.
something.
I'll probably also clear out the desk of ink and parchment and stuff.
Writing
because
supplies.
that's expensive.
Mhm. So among the
Was it just
before you did the bookcase, sorry, while you were investigating this desk, you would have found a folded letter on the desktop.
Oh. To my dearest S, sorry, I'm terrible at reading. Our last something was as exciting as the first. I do naught, but spelt weirdly. But dream of. Oh, wait, no, this is fancy. Sorry. I do naught but dream of the moment we are reunited next Navida?
So Navida is one of the days of the week.
Okay. I intend to bring you a special gift the next meet. One I am pained to part with, but will serve you well, I'm sure. Yours faithfully, G.
That's probably like, well, I mean, none of us heard it.
No, but well,
I've read it out loud.
None of us heard, like, it was just the dawn when the kids said what they, like, Daddy Ganoush or whatever.
Yeah, Daddy Green.
Yeah.
Yeah.
Green. But Spudorn would have, like, Spudorn didn't completely catch it, but we did say that he like would have passed that on to us.
Yeah, he thought maybe
So
they
it
weren't
would have
just
been like
they weren't just pickpocketing to survive. Maybe
they have
were.
what's his name from Olive Twist? Fagin.
I haven't seen Oliver Twist in like 100 years.
There's Fagin is the guy who has all the orphans. Like
Oh,
Dodger and all of that stealing for him, and then he reports to Bill Sykes, who turns out to be a psycho.
Spoilers.
Gee.
Apparently came out in the 1800s.
Yes, so you found that before you got to the bookcase. But yes, you get to the bookcase and slide it across on runners, and it does move pretty smoothly. As it slides across. So who's where in the room?
I guess I'm at the bookcases looking at
The bookcase.
Yeah,
Because you're sliding it open
Near the desk.
near the desk, and
Also,
Um,
near the desk,
where
'cause
were
you've
you,
got
Ricky?
Yeah, I'm probably like, kind of standing middle of the room, so my lantern is helping everyone and just looking over this letter.
Okay. So, Kincaid, you feel a pressure on the back of your shoulder, and we're going to end the session now.
Oh,
when you say pressure,
Like a touch.
like a touch, wouldn't you say bad touch?
We'll have to find out next time on Dragon Ball Z. But we'll end it there and pick it up next time. And we finally got to play at the table.
Yeah.
Only spent an hour fixing bugs. Having the computer shut off.
Man, oh
Yeah,
man.
geez, that was troublesome, wasn't it?
Yeah.
Cool.
Try roll now.
Yeah,
No,
see,
just put 'em away.
when the camera's off. Well, the cameras aren't off, but the game's off.
Where's the die?
Roll the dice.
That's a 5.
Oh.
Now it's a 6.
Try it again.
Yeah, it sort of just stops it dead.
That's a 1.
Try rolling right on the table. Because it like stops moving.
That's a 5.
Okay.
Okay, so I think we've established it's
You
not
just-
a dice tray.
You just cursed. Just
Yeah,
cursed.
that's.
Alright, folks. Thank you so much for watching. I hope you've enjoyed the show. Make sure you sub to the YouTube channel. Tune in for the rest. This is going to keep going every.
Oh, yeah.
We're hoping every Sunday, but if not every second Sunday.
Yeah.
But not next Sunday.
Not next Sunday, so probably the one after. We will slowly upgrade the room. Keep your eyes peeled for the video of the makeover of the dungeon. And, I mean, in the meantime, go back and watch the other episodes. Otherwise, look after yourselves, look after each other. But most importantly, spread happiness. Not herpes!